ready, cause you about to be an ATLien.
That's her being a blogger.
More than a blogger.
That's her being a blogger. You are more than a blogger.
I am more.
That's her being a blogger.
All the bitches is my son.
Okay, this shit.
I am more than a blogger.
The blog got it. The blog got it. The blog got it. Michelle is here.
Yeah.
The blog got it. The blog got it. The blog got it. Michelle is here.
Yeah.
Say all them bitches is her son.
Yes.
All them bitches is her son.
Yes.
Say all them bitches is her son.
Yes.
Say all them bitches is her son.
Like for real.
What's up, squad? What's up? What's up? What's up? Come on in the room. Come on in the room. How y'all doing? What's going on? Hey. Can y'all hear me okay? Trying to make sure. Biggie over there hitting my teleprompter chair. Biggie is over there hitting my teleprompter chair. I don't have my glasses on. I had to run down here real quick. Hey y'all, yes, not come on wig. Oh, child, it's a weave, but it can be a wig if you want it to be a wig, honey. It's a whole lot of tracks. It's a whole lot of tracks over here. Shout out to Derek J, my friend. My friend. If I wore wigs, child, I would have different hair every day. I would have different hair every day if I wore wigs. I swear I would. I swear I would because I like change. But then again, I don't like to do my hair. So I like easy stuff like braids where I could just toss it to the left, toss it to the right, put it in a bun. Okay. So I wanted a sew in where I could just not do nothing. But this sew in is getting on my nerves because it's a lot of hair. And one side want to act right and one side don't. That's okay. We gonna play with it, honey. I'm just gonna be I'm just gonna be breaking my neck every 5 minutes. Okay. Shout out to the squad. Hey, Benchworthy. How you doing, friend? Okay. I see you over there windmilling, Bench. And listen, before I even get started, I'm missing the earring. Sure, I thought I had on both of them. Before I even get started, y'all know that there is a storm coming to the East Coast. And everybody talking about something. Get your food, get your water, make sure you got heat sources, make sure you got lights, because if it's 3 inches of ice on the road, nobody gonna be able to get to you. Blah 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 blah. And my thing is, gosh, I agree with being prepared. I agree with every year the snowstorm gets worse. Okay. But yeah, just make sure y'all, you have y'all soup and y'all hot foods and everything and stuff available, in case the lights go out. But I be feeling like the grids in these big cities, I don't know. Is it gonna go out? You said it's a man-made storm. Lord. Hey, shout out to my people over there on X reposting my stream. Hey, friend. I didn't know y'all could do that over there. I didn't know I could see y'all doing it over there. You said, is this Kenya more hair? Honey, did she have hair? I thought Kenya didn't wear weave. She just wear wigs. This might be some go naked hair. I don't know where Derek J gets his hair from. He might have got it from Porsha for all I know. You said, I pray y'all get an inch because we can't handle a dust. We sure can't, honey. We gonna be sitting here like it's the end of the world. If we get 1 inch of snow, it is the end of the world. And it's so crazy because January 10th of 2025 was when it snowed last year. And all of those memories came up in my phone. And I was walking Biggie around the block and we looking crazy because it's like snowmen, people that built snowmen and all that stuff. And how long did the snow last year? I can't remember. I can't remember. You said go buy the groceries. Now y'all better. I got me a little bit of groceries. I got look. You know how you have stuff in the freezer all the time. It's like if I get really hungry, I'm gonna pull them steaks out the freezer. If I get really hungry, I'm gonna pull them chicken legs, them quarters out of the freezer. Okay. Um. Hold on, what y'all say? I live in Georgia and I stay prepared. Okay, yes, I stay. I don't have a gas fireplace. I mean, I don't have a wood fireplace. I have a gas fireplace. Hopefully, the gas won't go off. Y'all think the gas gonna go off? I hope that don't happen, child, because I have all the fireplaces running. It be hot in here. Half the time, I don't even have the heat on. Cause I might be going a little bit through the change, and I just be hot all the time. I don't like the heat. Okay, um, you said people in the Carolinas can't drive on a good day. You know, us Atlanta people can't drive. Hell, anyway, hopefully things will just bypass us. But I don't know. There's a lot of things that's supposed to be going on this week. But before I get started, I gotta shout out my Patreon because my Patreon been riding with me for the past 2, 3 days. I know they tired of seeing me, honey. I took my Patreon on a ride along, and then I did a TikTok live earlier today. They got that replay, and the members got that too. That was about an hour. So I feel like I have just been giving y'all too much content. Okay, I just need to sit down and twirl my thumbs for a little bit because y'all been seeing me too much. But shout out to my Patreon. Shout out to my members only. These people in the green. These are our channel sponsors. Okay, you can be a channel sponsor too. Most of these people in the green are Patreons as well, Patreon members as well. And if you want to be a channel sponsor and have special emojis, you just click that join button and come on over and join the dark side. Okay. Join the dark side because we be literally I be reading people. I'm sorry. I said in 2026 I was gonna be a kinder, gentler person, but I was lying. I said I was gonna be the same old me. I said I was kinder and gentler for about 10 seconds, but at the end of the day, I ain't gonna let no motherfuckers run over me. Okay. I ain't gonna let you see what Benchworthy over there doing. Benchworthy over there airing it out. Bow, 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 bow. That's how I'm gonna be in the new in the new year. I'm airing everybody out. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna do my think pieces. I'm gonna do my think pieces. I'm gonna tell y'all what had happened when I was 12, when this boy down the street kicked me off my bike, honey. I'm gonna name names. I am going to name names. I live for it though. Anywho, like this video. Okay. My nose gonna be running. Lord, hold the line. Hold the line. Hold the line. I gotta be like Junkie Dineva for a minute. Hold the line. Talk amongst yourselves for a minute while I go get me some toilet tissue.
Get ready, because you about to be an ATLien. ATLien.
That's what the Lord will do. It's karma. I done talked about that man sniffing coke so long, my nose running. What is happening? I didn't drag that man so long for blowing his nose, blowing out his brains online. My nose is running, honey. This is what karma is. Because just today I was doing something I shouldn't have been doing. Okay. Shout out to the squad. Okay, shout out to the squad. Okay, so there's supposed to be this storm coming to Atlanta and to the surrounding areas in the East Coast and all that this weekend. But this weekend there's a bunch of events going on. Okay. And I don't know if y'all know, but remember, Nene Leakes has made her return to Bravo. And there's a big to do about an event that's going on this weekend. And I'm hoping it don't get snowed out. How they gonna have the event and it's snowing? I'm just saying. I'm just trying to figure out how they gonna have to move it to somewhere. I don't know. They need to go and move it to Miami or Panama City or somewhere, child, where it's not snowing. Move it to Savannah. Okay. But anyway, oh, you need to pay for your Patreon. Oh, that's okay, child. That's okay. It's all right. I understand it's the first of the month. People got bills to pay, child. I know y'all be leaving and coming back, leaving and coming back. You're not obligated to stay with me forever. But if you want to get some tea, come on over because the Patreon got all the tea. In addition to the events that's going on this weekend for the Ultimate Girls Trip, Ultimate Road Trip, Porsha, Nene, whoever, Deshaun Snow, Sheree, blah 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 blah. There's also a event that Kenya Moore Kenya Moore hair spa that Kenya Moore is sponsoring, which is interesting because it's like, girl, you got one foot in and one foot out of the spa. Yes, and I'm just jumping right on into Kenya Moore. Kenya Moore for her birthday, whatever day her birthday is, I don't know when the lady birthday is. It must be this week. But Kenya Moore said for her birthday, she's selling y'all her used clothes. She said she is selling all her used clothes to y'all for her birthday. Okay, she said it's the most epic birthday sale ever. Okay, she said we're celebrating a monumental birthday the only way we know how. Big, bold, luxury savings. Can you say I'm getting rid of all this old cheech that's been in front of my salon for the past year? It's probably all fading and stuff. It's been like right there in the window. Don't the sun fade clothes? In the colors gonna be a little drab. I'm just trying to figure this out. They probably all dusty and stuff because the doors be locked all the time. Don't nobody even be in there. Do they dust the clothes when they clean up? I don't know. But the clothes been there. The old shoes is there. She got some of Mark's old shoes over there. She got them fake clothes that she had bought Mark that she had in her closet that still had the tags on them. I'm sure she got them in there too. And so Kenya said she is selling. She is selling all of it. You said, Kenya, don't nobody want them clothes. Okay, well, in addition to don't nobody want them clothes, honey, she's selling them for a discount. She said they are 55% off. She also has wigs. Now, Kenya said, remember Kenya and Tanya was fighting because Tanya outed her for wearing a half wig. Kenya said, that's okay. I sell them and I wear them. Okay. She got her red wig on in here and she is selling her custom wigs. She's also selling some Kenya Moore hair care that she went and bought it all up from CVS and Sally's because, they was on clearance half price. So now she's selling them over there. She's selling it for 55% off, but hell, Sally's selling it for 70% off. She's selling her designer fashions, Prada, Alexander McQueen, Versace, Christian Dior, Chanel, and more. She said she got some children's designer clothes too. And listen, I am the Kenya Moore's promotions. Okay, just call me Kenya Moore Hair Spa Promotions team. I'm the street team for Kenya Moore. I want her to sell all this shish. Okay, she said she is 55% off all dull price. What is dull? What is dull price services? She didn't edit this. She said 55% off all dull price services booked before Valentine's Day. Oh, okay. She doing the sew-ins and the quick weaves and the head spa and the silk presses and the tape ends and the K-tips. I wonder if she do 4C hair because remember she said she don't do 4C hair. Honey, she told the girls on her website. She said this is not for 4C hair, honey. So if you got hair like mine that's thick, don't be going over there. You said them clothes is dry. Not dry rotted, Lord, not the dry rot. Hold on, I forgot to put y'all comments up there. What else? It's Saturday the 24th in the middle of the snowstorm. Is it gonna snow Saturday? I don't know, but Kenya's event is from 12 to 5. Okay. She said it's a private event. Okay, which means you gotta buy tickets for this event. You gotta buy tickets to buy her old clothes. You gotta buy tickets to go to Kenya Moore's thrift store. And I don't understand why would you have to buy tickets when them clothes been sitting there for almost a year now? What the hell? Like if you was gonna buy them, you would have bought them by now, right? Would you buy a ticket to go to buy something from the Goodwill? I don't understand. Anyway, the tea on this is okay. And I don't know if this was to me because I'm Kenya Moore's street team or to somebody else. She said we reserve the right to refuse admission, honey. She said you can buy a ticket, but that don't mean you're gonna get in. Kenya is delusional. She is When did Kenya get this delusional? Can somebody answer that question to me? When did Kenya get this delusional? Is it a garage that child? It's the clothes that's been there. I don't understand. But anyway, you can get your tickets now at KenyaMooreHairSpa.com. Okay, while the website's still up. While the website is still up, go and get your tickets. Meanwhile, Kenya Moore Hair Spa has been administratively dissolved in the Secretary of State's office, and I wonder why. Okay, just the other day, I was one of several people who attended Zoom court. Zoom court. You know what that is, don't you? Zoom court. Because Kenya has been going through this eviction since last April, May. Sometimes they want her out. She hasn't paid her rent since December. Kenya seems to think that her landlord owes her money because she remodeled the space. Okay. That's just like saying if I rent you my house and you come in here and you put all new fixtures and stuff, you expect me to give you the money. You expect to live for free because you updated my house. That ain't the way this works. Okay. But apparently sometimes with commercial spaces, it does work that way, but you have to follow directions. Okay. And Kenya, according to her landlord, did not follow the directions. Okay. So in court, I'm gonna play my little clip for those of you who haven't seen it yet. Okay. Y'all know I was in court. Y'all know I did a little short video about it because I was like, I don't want to go live just to talk about Kenya. Who does that? Okay. Who does that? So I did a little 3-minute video and I'm going to elaborate after I show you the video. So like this video as y'all get in here. We got a few more topics to cover. Like this video. Y'all see me, I had on my walk the dog clothes. I was just getting ready to walk Biggie because it was 9 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And what had happened was uh apparently somebody put Kenya Moore's court notice online. It was on Reddit, it was on Lipstick Alley, it was all over the internet, and it had the actual Zoom link to log in. Now, little did whoever posted know, I guess they did know because they kept on saying, y'all, court is Monday or Tuesday, whatever. They kept saying that online. And apparently people showed up. Like there was a whole bunch of trolls in the court when court started at 9 a.m. Now, the court didn't actually start promptly at 9 a.m. because the court clerk spotted that there was so many randoms in there that she said everybody need to turn your cameras on. Okay. And when people didn't do that, she started kicking people out. Fortunately for me, I wasn't kicked out. I don't know why. I just wasn't. So later I noticed that people were coming in late because, again, she didn't hear Kenya Moore's case first. And I think they heard Kenya Moore's case at about 9:20, 9:30 or so. And as they were hearing Kenya Moore's case, more people started coming in. And somebody with Nene Leak's name popped up in there. And I was like, oh, the people is messy. The people are so messy. And so originally I had seen people in there with Public Observer, with media, with Associated Press. Like they was trying everything. It was so interesting. Hold on, let me play my little video. Newsflash, Kenya Moore has been ordered to pay her rent. As previously reported, Kenya Moore has been squatting at her Kenya Moore Hair Spa, refusing to pay rent for at least, over 12 months now. She hasn't paid rent since December of 2024. As you know, Kenya Moore was unceremoniously fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta after attempting to humiliate a cast member by distributing revenge corn. She's unemployed. I'm not mad at it. Let me get back to the subject. Zoom court was held this morning. There's Kenya Moore's attorney over there, Paul Dawowski, whatever. There's the landlord's attorney up above, landlord attorney 1, landlord attorney 2. Kenya's landlord was armed and prepared this morning. So, of course, Attorney Paul comes on and basically argues the same thing, basically saying that Kenya has been withholding rent because the landlord has not paid an improvement allowance. The landlord argues that there's nothing in the lease that says that you can withhold rent for any reason, including repairs, maintenance, utilities, any of that. You can't withhold the rent. Pay your rent. The Honorable Judge, Miss Judge Jackson, right here, basically agreed, okay, and is holding Kenya liable for the entire 77,000 plus any accruing rents today. Now, that being said, Kenya's attorney asked for somewhat of a payday loan, okay? He asked for can we split these payments? And I'm not mad at it, because $80,000 is a lot of money. The judge agreed. An order will be issued. Apparently, Kenya is allowed to make 2 payments within the next 60 days. Within 30 days, she has to pay half, somewhere around $35,000, well, close to 40. And within 60 days, she has to pay the second payment. Will Kenya come up with the cash? Will Kenya be evicted? I don't know. But until next time on Kenya Moore Hair Spa Eviction Watch. Somebody asked, if Kenya comes up with the rent, does she get to stay in the space? Now, that's up to the landlord. Like, this is a secondary action. The landlord actually filed for eviction back in April. They wanted Kenya out. They said that Kenya was not owed the tenant improvement allowance. Again, rent is still accruing to this day. And so Kenya actually filed a countersuit, and they decided to move it from magistrate court to superior court. So now it becomes a totally different action. Now it's, they're responding to Kenya's countersuit. In addition to them responding to Kenya's countersuit, they were asking the judge to force Kenya to pay the rent into the court registry because she wasn't paying the rent at all. So at the end of the day, the landlord was like, what am I getting out the deal? She got my property. Even though she's rehabbed it and everything, she gets to conduct business when and if she so chooses. And what am I getting? I'm not even getting the rent money, okay? And Kenya seems to think that because she put money into this property, that the landlord don't need nothing. The agreement is null and void. She shouldn't pay the rent. She shouldn't pay anything. The landlord has countered because Kenya failed to provide documents that were required that substantiated the tenant improvement allowance, such as the contractors that she used, the amounts. Like, there were certain deadlines that Kenya failed to meet. The landlord actually gave Kenya extensions several times. Kenya still failed to meet the required deadlines to prove that she actually paid the money for them to reimburse her for. So for all we know, Mark was in there with his handyman tool belt on doing it, and Kenya like, well, now y'all owe me $80,000, and she didn't even pay $80,000 out of her pocket. So they was like, well, we need documents, we need contractors, we need legitimate invoices of where and who you paid this to. Kenya refused to submit them. I don't know if she refused, but she didn't. And so they say that was in violation of the lease agreement. And being in violation of the lease agreement, they say we don't owe you this money because you didn't do the things that you were supposed to do. And because they didn't pay her, Kenya was like, well, I'm not paying you no rent. I don't understand why Kenya doesn't just leave, because it's not your building. You did not buy it. It's not yours. So apparently, according to Kenya's lawyer basically said that Kenya ain't got it. Okay. Kenya's lawyer said she spent all her money rehabbing the place. Okay. And for the build out. He also, catch this tea, he also said that the build out was a little bit more extensive than it would have normally been because Kenya was doing it because of the expectation that the space would be used for filming. Now, who called it a content creation space? Who said that this was to create content? Was it Michelle ATLien last year? Year before? Was it all the people in Atlanta who passed by it daily and say that the doors are locked and the lights are off? Like, who said that this was a content creation space? And now her attorney in court in front of a judge just admitted that the space was intended for filming. And you all know that Kenya was unceremoniously fired from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. What is she filming over there? She not filming her YouTube. Okay, she not filming no commercials for the hair spa. She not washing your no heads. Okay, she go in there every now and then get her wig fixed. But who else? And so that was an interesting little tidbit that Kenya's own lawyer said. Kenya's own lawyer. Okay, yes. Who said that? Who said that? So let me finish. Okay. Kenya's lawyer said that yeah, that it would be used for filming. Okay. He was also hoping that, because the lease said that the court would have discretion in, something like this, that he was hoping that the judge would like say, okay, well, she did do it. But, again, the landlord's attorney who actually showed up this time, because remember, they didn't show up the last time. The landlord's attorney had all their documents in a row. They had a copy of the lease, they had a copy of the amendments, they had a copy of everything, they had a copy of the notices that they sent to Kenya. They pulled up their screen, they showed all of this to the court, to the judge, and to all of us who was in there watching. And basically the landlord said it's not a valid argument. It's not a valid argument to say that the renovation offsets the value of the past due rent. And the landlord was like, if that was the case, any tenant can come to court and say, I did this, I did that, with no proof, no nothing, and say, because I did this and I did that, I don't have to pay the rent. Okay. And apparently the judge was like, you know what, you might have a point. There was also a second attorney who was there on behalf of the landlord's attorney. They had two attorneys there, and he spoke up and he referenced a case law. And I don't want to be too specific, but he referenced a case law that basically said that, rent cannot be withheld. And the judge was like, okay, well, since you referencing, case law and that happened in, what was it, 1975, Georgia Supreme Court decision. Old Mountain Hardwoods and Pine versus Coosa River Sawmill. The Supreme Court made a distinction between a tenant's right to possession and their right to pursue litigation through a counterclaim. Because Kenya is basically saying that because of this counterclaim, I can stay here without paying. Now, because of this decision in Supreme Court, the decision was a tenant must make payment into the court's registry if they desire to remain in possession. Kenya was trying not to make no payments. Okay. And what happens is, once she begins to make those payments into the registry, when the judge finally decides if the landlord has a case or not, the monies will go to the landlord or the monies will go back to Kenya. But Kenya knows that she don't have no case, and Kenya knows that she ain't gonna get this money back. So she has been fighting paying the money into the registry of the court. Meanwhile, her attorney is basically, we ain't got it. So that was interesting. But after the argument, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, okay? But after the argument, if you want to hear the entire story, you can go over to my Patreon, because I went live immediately afterwards. The judge basically said that Kenya has to pay the past due rent, which is like $77,000 and change, plus the upcoming February rent, and then March. She has to pay all of that into the court registry. Okay. The landlord's attorney wanted it in 14 days. Okay. They just want it paid somewhere so they can know that they're gonna get it. Okay, because clearly for a year they're not getting any benefit out of this, including utilities. Now listen, King ain't paying no utilities because that's included in the rent. She's not paying nothing. The landlord is paying everything. And Kenya's attorney said, can we have a payment plan? So they asked for 60 days. And in asking for 60 days, the judge said, well, can you pay half in 30? And Kenya's attorney was him and hawing, but basically he agreed that she would pay half into the court registry within 30 days, and she would pay the balance in 60. Now, do you think Kenya gonna pay it in 30 days? I don't know. She may, have a way to hustle up $40,000. Hell, she may have $40,000 in her bank account just sitting there. But I wouldn't want to pay it. I'm just saying, I wouldn't want to pay it. And the fact that she has administratively dissolved her hair spa from the Secretary of State's office is given that she's getting ready to just dissolve everything. But one thing that is also interesting Somebody said, what happens if she does not pay? If she does not pay, I suspect that they will move forward with the eviction, which is where this all started in the first place. It all started with the landlord filed for eviction, and then Kenya, in fighting the eviction, filed a countersuit and said the reason she's not paying the rent is because of the tenant improvement allowance. And again, that's where this is all going. And that's why I call Kenya a squatter. I know y'all be thinking I'm facetious and I'm being mean and I'm doing this and I'm doing that. But at the end of the day, Kenya's literally squatting in these people's place and refusing to pay. So they said if she doesn't pay, can they put a lien on her home? I don't know, Paige. You know, that's a legal question to ask the judge. Look, what baby steps, okay? She's not evicted yet, but she's still going through eviction courts. Okay, she's still in eviction court. Can you bankrupt a judgment? Good question. Some judgments can be bankrupt. It's certain ones that cannot, like bankruptcy, and internal revenue tax stuff, but some judgment can be bankrupt. So who's to say what may happen? But that's the point I'm making. She's literally squatting. Is she gonna leave? What's gonna happen? And then people ask, like, why is Kenya holding on to this hair spa like this if A, she's not generating any business clearly, B, is it's not, benefiting her in any way, and it seems like she's gonna come out, less with less money than she put in. Like, why is she holding on to it so hard? And I think, and this is just a Michelle theory, okay? I think that Kenya is hoping and praying that for some reason that she'll be brought back to the show. And if she's brought back to the show, what else would she have to talk about besides the hair spa? Okay, remember she was banking on that hair spa for 2 seasons. Okay, before she got fired, she was banking. She went to Carlos King's platform and was basically saying how they cut out her grand opening, so she had to have another one. So it's interesting. I don't know what's going to happen. Mhm. You said she's too proud to admit that she made a mistake opening it in the first place. Well, it was never open. That's the tea. It was never open. And I know it's like I know people who stay around there, people in the building have all said the same thing. It's never open. Chanel said Northland Property Management Company owns and manages all of their property apartment community buildings, and they do not play about their property. Okay, there's that. Eventually, the landlord wouldn't renew her contract, so eventually she will have to leave. Okay, so she has a 5-year lease. Okay, the landlord, in their responses to all of this, have basically said that because she has refused to pay the rent starting in December, that she has basically violated the terms of the lease. And her violating the terms of the lease, they say that, that in itself is a condition for them to deny the TIA, even if she had, provided the documents that were requested. So it's getting messy. It's getting real, real messy, honey. You said she's trying to come up with some idea quickly. That's what it seems like, and that's why I started with her thrift store, Kenya Moore thrift store, where she's selling all her used clothes and shoes. But I don't know if she's gonna get $40,000 doing that. You think she gonna come up with $40,000 selling old clothes? I don't know. They must be some good old clothes, honey. She better start. Y'all are so wrong. Ooh, I don't know what she made in Dubai, honey. She got stiff competition in Dubai, honey. Them young girls be going to Dubai, so I don't know. You said Kenya has always been delusional. Remember, she thought she was the queen over Nene. Okay. Well, there's that. Anyway, to all the team twirl who think that we are sitting over here glorifying Kenya's downfall, we are not. I personally like to follow up on stories as they happen. Just like we follow up on Portia's divorce, just like we follow up on Candy's divorce, just like we follow up on Nene's return. Like, this is what I do over here. Okay, this is my niche, and this is what I'm gonna go continue to do. And so y'all can either like it or kick rocks. You said her and Mark better get on couples therapy. Okay. Kenya needs to twirl her way out of them people business building, but she is definitely squatting. Okay, she is definitely squatting. Now, moving on, like this video, please, and thank you. Like this video. I was gonna talk about 50 Cent and Nicki Minaj and Kanye West. I I I'll talk about it for a hot second because I really wanna get to the Porsha situation. Okay. So 50 Cent has basically hit the internet with a little think piece. Okay, it's a little think piece. Okay. 50 Cent said celebs like Kanye and Nicki Minaj fucked up by talking about politics and religion. Okay. Now, I kind of agree with 50 Cent because, I say all the time over here, I don't talk about politics and I don't talk about religion. I sit here and talk about the real housewives of Atlanta and reality shows all day long. But one thing I know for sure is that we will not all agree on religion. We will not all agree on politics. And, anytime you force someone to agree with your stance, it's not gonna work. Okay. So I mean, even though I want us all to be right, and I feel like there's some fuck shit going on in the White House right now. At the end of the day, arguing about it is not gonna change. What's gonna change is going to vote in the lower levels in your primaries and all of that. So anyway, 50 Cent said he shared his thoughts on Ye and Nicki Minaj while promoting his new film, Moses the Black. During a screening of the movie, 50 told audiences that entertainers are often warned to avoid religion and politics because those topics always create strong disagreements. He said he personally stays away from both and added that this is where Kanye went wrong, stating, "That's how Kanye effed up." Ye began hosting Sunday service gatherings in 2019 and launched a presidential campaign the following year. He also was walking around with the damn MAGA hat on. Y'all remember that? Since then, he has remained controversial. Now we got Nicki Minaj, y'all. Nicki Minaj calling Don Lemon a cocksucker. Okay, and going back and forth with him, and he's calling her an undocumented alien. Child, it is just a mess. Nicki sitting over there with the Christians talking about the transgender children. It is a mess. He's saying that Nicki should just shut up and sing, just like they tell basketball players, shut up and dribble. Okay. It said Nicki Minaj has also faced criticism for sharing political opinions. She recently praised Donald Trump for threatening action in Nigeria over the alleged persecution of Christians. She also was criticized after using a homophobic slur toward Don Lemon while responding to his reporting on a protest at a church in Minnesota. Now, 50 is a little controversial too. 50 says what he says and then shuts up. But I kind of think 50 is a Trump supporter too. He done said some things that I looked at him like, whatever, but he kind of say it and then just move on. He don't like force people to like, agree with him. Which is interesting. So, oh, it's got a community talk. They said 50's comment is being taken out of context. He didn't condemn Nicki or Kanye, and he's choosing not to share his political views after seeing how public opinion is weaponized against artists who speak out. So, they saying that he didn't condemn him. He didn't condemn neither one, but he's choosing not to share his. And he's choosing not to share his because it's I mean, it is what it is. I think 50 a Republican. He done said that too. But yeah, sometimes you gotta shut up. Sometimes when you are in the public eye and you have an audience, you gotta, you built Nicki Minaj built her audience off of the gays, the trans, the LGBTQ community, and black women. You can't sit up there now and go against all of the above. How you gonna do that? That doesn't make sense. So of course, there's some things that you can't, even if those are the things that you believe, you shouldn't say. It's just weird. So anyway, there's that. You said you can't speak to some of your friends about politics. Well, I mean, depending on what the agenda is, sometimes you have to be like, is that really my friend? Is that really my friend if they're against this, that, and the third? But it gets to be tricky, especially now. It's a lot of really hot button topics out there. And it's like I feel like this administration have brought a lot of it to the forefront about race, about sexual orientation, about all of that. Everybody's like really touchy about what they believe in, and it's just hard to come to a common ground. But We will one day when it comes to like, war and stuff like that. We all gonna be like, I don't agree with nothing that man says. Mm-mm. I'm moving. But anyway, digressing. You said if what you say? If you a MAGA supporter, we are not friends. Okay. You said Charlie Kirk didn't even like her. He said she was a bad example for young black women. That is horrible, honey. That is horrible. But y'all let me know. Do y'all agree with what 50 Cent said? Let me know. If 50 Cent on the right track, do y'all like I like 50 because he a troll and I live for people who, say how they feel. But at the same time, you have to look. Sometimes you be like, I saw you said that 50. I know where your mind at 50. You said something about Kamala one time, so I don't know 50. But there's that. And then a lot of people still don't, agree with Kamala. I got some guy friends of mine, black men, black men. I tell my mama this all the time, and she don't believe me. So many black men did not Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party, and now look at us. We sitting here looking stupid, and it is what it is. Moving on. I'm not talking about no more. Okay. I'm not talking about it no more. You said I don't fight with my friends over politics. As Americans, they're entitled to their opinions. We show up for each other, and that's what matters. Okay. Well, that is what matters. Okay. Onika then lost her mind. Moving on to somebody else who has lost their mind. Child, this is somebody else who has lost their mind. Hold on. Hold on, let me pull this up. This is somebody else who has lost their mind. Gary with the T, honey. Y'all tag me in this post with Gary with the T. And I was like, why are y'all posting? Is it still here? I don't even see it. Did they delete it? Let me see. Let me see if they deleted it. Matthew Knowles and then Mary J. Blige. I don't see it no more. Let me see. My little thing gonna go from behind me, so ignore my Apple TV back there. Let me go to my Instagram. Bam, bam. Let me go here to here. Let me go to here. I think they deleted it. They sure did. Damn. They sure did. Porsha probably cursed them out. Well, earlier today, Gary with the teacher. Gary with the T was on the Ricky Smiley morning show, and he delivered some news about Porsha and her mortgage. And I went up under there and I was like, y'all, Gary with the T need to stay off of Facebook. Like for real. They need to stay off of Facebook. Oh, it's still here. They took it out. They took it off of oh, they so shady. They took it off of Facebook. I mean, off of okay, they took it off of Facebook. Let me see. Did they take it off of here? Yeah, they took it off of Facebook. Yeah, they took it down off of everything. So, I can respect that. I can respect that, Ricky Smiley. I can respect that. Okay. It was on their website. It was on Instagram today. It was on Facebook. It was all over. So they have deleted the video from everywhere. Okay. Because I was hoping, I was like, maybe I can still find it somewhere. And so I'm the type of person I go and I look for the source. Y'all was tagging me in it and tagging me in it. And I'm like, I don't think that that's true, okay? Because that same story had been circulating, last year, and Simon was gonna tell it. Okay, Simon was gonna tell it all, and so apparently, this story right here is what Gary with the T was reading. Okay, it came over on Married to Medicine, Atlanta RHOA RHOP gossip group. Okay, it said Porsha Williams shared that she had already made payment arrangements to catch up on the late mortgage payments for the marital home she once shared with Simon Guobadia. Honestly, it's a lot to unpack. As y'all know, reports previously revealed that the 7 million home carries a 35,000 monthly mortgage. Like he read this verbatim, okay? And I told y'all just a few weeks ago, well, actually back in November, that Porsha sold her house, her Duluth home, and Porsha got a pretty penny for the Duluth home. She actually is probably a million liquid right now. So Porsha has the money to pay her mortgage, her $35,000 mortgage, if that's what it is, over there at Simon's house. So if you watch the Ricky Smiley morning show, and if you saw that clip, the brat was on there saying, this ain't T. Like the brat, she got it. Ain't she? Porsha ain't hurt for no mortgage. Da 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 da. Da. So I was like, why is Gary with the T then pulled a colorist Claudia and he then went to Facebook and got the T, y'all. Y'all, my squad knows that Facebook T is not accurate. Okay. It is not, unless you see it's coming from straight from the A on Facebook, it is not accurate. Okay. So hold on. This is Porsche house right here. Hold on. Let me show you. Because she don't own it no more. So I can show it to you. This is Portia's house right here. I don't feel like I'm doxing because she sold it. Okay. So Portia sold her house. Okay. And remember, it was listed for sale. It sat on the market for quite some time. Okay. It was listed for sale back in July. Because you remember she was going through her divorce and everything. And it's like, and the crazy thing is Portia's mama had been living in the house. Portia said, I'm gonna sell this house. I'm gonna get my money, honey, and I'm gonna live free over here. And I'm not gonna stress about these bills because when it comes time, when the 3-year mark is up, she either has to sell the house and pull out the equity, or she has to refinance the house into her name. So as you can see, she bought it in 2016 for 1.1. Okay. She listed it for sale for 1.8. That's 700,000 more than what she bought it for. So even if she sold it right there, she would have pocketed 700. Okay. Now, as you know, she's been paying for it for almost 9 years now. So she had a little bit of equity in it. Okay. We ain't gonna even doubt that she was paying for it. And we don't know how much Simon gave, to her on it as well. Okay. Again, because her mama was living there and there was that. But anyway, the house went under contract October 9th, 2025. Okay. And then the final selling price was 1.6. Okay. So she bought it for 1.1 and she sold it for 500,000 more than what she bought it for, which is still a good, pretty penny. Okay. So imagine she got the 500 above selling price and she got, the equity that she had paid down the mortgage. So she probably came out with a million. She probably at least came out with like 800, 900,000 dollars. So Portia ain't hurting for money. It's just the fact of she's using her money to pay for to pay to stay in Simon's house. And a lot of people are questioning, like, why you gonna do that? That was your house over there. Your mama was over there. If anything had ever happened, you could have went back to that house over there. Okay. But meanwhile, Portia's gonna keep up appearances. She got her Real Housewives of Atlanta check coming soon. She got the sale of her house. Now she can, breathe. Okay, she can breathe. She ain't got to worry about it. At least she knows she can stay in the house. So when I saw that Garrett with the T was reporting that, I'm like, that's got to be a lie. Okay, I know that's a lie. I be talking to people. So if anybody was gonna tell it, the people I talked to was gonna tell it. But what they did had told it was, they had stopped paying everything. I know that Simon had stopped paying the mortgage. He stopped paying the utilities. He stopped paying for the upkeep of the house. Like Portia has to do all of that now. And I think the lights had got cut off. Let me look at my text message. I think the lights had got cut off. And she, because it was in somebody else's name and they said they ain't paying it no more. So yeah, the lights was cut off and she had to go and pay it and get the lights cut back on. Allegedly. Allegedly. I ain't saying no names, but y'all know I got the tea. Hold on. I'm trying to find it. Let me see. I can't never find my pictures in my phone no more. Okay. Let me see what that is. Okay. I can never. This damn iPhone update is trash, honey. Hold on. Find this. Let me do this. Oh, you have to press on their name and it come up and it say photos. Okay. Why is it taking so long to load the photo though? It's taking too long. Okay, hold on. I'm looking. Yeah, Porsha was behind child on that on that bill, and for some reason it would not come up. Hold on, let me see. Let me send it to myself. Maybe if I screenshot it and blow it up. I can't see that. But yeah, she was late on the bill. Okay, the one that was in his name, and so again, she had to actually get it transferred into her name. But that, I mean, it is what it is. It's a big house, and the light bill ain't cheap, man. If you're paying thousands of dollars a month for the lights, but there's that. I just wanted to, call out the fake news, and it's good to see that the Ricky Smiley morning show stood on business and took it down. Because I was wondering, I was like, ain't Porsha they people? In Porsche they people, shouldn't they have verified that before they went on air and reported that? Because the brat was over it. Dang, I wish I had downloaded that video. Let me see if I can. I'm so messy. Let me see if somebody else had uploaded it on Instagram. Let me see. Porsche. Let me see if I can find it anywhere else. The Ricky Smiley morning show. Yeah, nobody cared to repost it that I could see. I don't see it. Nowhere. Oh well. Yes, child. Simon is still at it. We reported about a month or so ago. Simon filed a appeal with the Georgia Supreme Court. Now, here is where that's interesting because that's a legal maneuver. Because if you recall, Porsha was trying to hold him in contempt for not paying the bills. Okay, Randy Kessler be filing stuff now, and they was like, Simon is in contempt. He's not honoring the prenup. He's supposed to be paying her an allowance every month. He's supposed to be paying these bills. We need to hold him in contempt, even though he over there in Dubai, Dubai, even though he not even in this country. I don't know what they thought that they was gonna do, but apparently, Simon said he's still abiding by the rules because each and every time a new appeal is open, it stays the issue over there in the lower court. So they can't hold him in contempt if it's in appeal. So there's that time and said, I'm good in every MLK Boulevard. Okay. You said it's on my Patreon. Oh. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgot I had played it on Patreon. Hold on. Okay. It's on the video. Okay. It's in this video that I posted the page. You right. I got the video right here. Hold on, because it was my TikTok video. Let me scroll. Let me find. Oh, here it is right here. Here it is. Because we was talking about this earlier. What mark is this? Okay, it's at the 11:11 mark. Oh, thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Thank you, mods. Okay. My mods need a raise, even though they ain't getting paid. They need a raise. Hold on. It is right here. This was me earlier today. Hold on. Even the brat said, Porsha got the money, child. The brat was on them. Hold on. This is what the brat said. Hold on. Let me fast forward.
And for a beautiful $7 million mansion.
Porsha's not having the issue. She's not having issues paying her bills.
It's just something though. So I don't know, but
she don't need us or nobody to help. She's not having problems.
Yeah, but when your friends are going through some,
let me go back to when when Gary actually reported it. Hold on, let me see. Did I play the actual report? Let me see. Oh, there it is right there. I talked about that for a long time. Let me see. Y'all was tagging me in it. Gary with the T said this.
I'm sorry. Listen, her friends. This is when friends should come around Bradshaw and help this woman out.
Wait, what?
But I'm just because you're friends with Porsha as well. But it's been reported that Porsha Williams is reportedly, y'all, feeling the pressure as new court filings claiming, y'all, that she's struggling, honey, to keep up with the mortgage on her beautiful $7 million Georgia mansion. Now, there's been a motion filed last week alleging, y'all, that Porsha is only 2 months behind on the payments, where the mortgage alone is only $35,000 a month. They say not including
$35,000
a month.
That's not
much.
Now this So that's when this was on Patreon earlier today. I pulled it up. And actually it was on the Real Housewives of Atlanta fan page as well, about a day ago. Or was that 6 day? I can't, it's backwards, so I can't see. But I had pulled that up because like I said, I like to know where a rumor starts before I regurgitate it. And so I'm like, Gary over there getting the Facebook tea. And I told them the same tea I told about the house that I just told y'all. And this is Brat's response.
It's just something though. So I don't know, but
She don't need us or nobody to help. She's not having problems.
Yeah, but when your
bills.
friends are going through some regardless of what it is, I think you should rally around
We absolutely rally around our friends, but she's not in need of any money right now.
Yeah, she hasn't reached out to nobody.
She's
straight.
She's fine, Gary.
Yeah. I'm not saying she's not fine, but I'm just saying, the way it looks. I think if she
Gary
is
was being
fine and
so
she
messy.
didn't reach out, I think we should reach out to her just in case. Girl, if you get in her business. Girl, if you
Exactly. Get in her business. Exactly.
So, but we're going to pray hopefully and pray because, I mean, the home is a beautiful home from the pictures that I'm seeing. And I think, she deserves to keep her daughter in that house because that's the house that she knows.
She's not having any issues, Gary, with that. I'm telling you.
Oh, no. I'm not saying shit. I'm just saying if she was, her daughter should still be in the house.
He kept going.
She's not. So,
yeah. Okay, well.
So the Brat knows the Porsha ain't having no issues. So Gary kept trying to make it an issue. So it's interesting that they deleted it off of everywhere. It's no longer on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show website, which is where it was at first. It's no longer on Instagram because it was on their Instagram page. It's no longer on their Facebook page because I went and looked at it because I'm like, I know it was at least five in 5 different places and it was going viral because everybody kept tagging me up under everywhere. And then I had left a comment on Instagram and I was like, tell Gary to stay off of Facebook. Okay, that is fake news. Okay, y'all know I love bringing the tea, but that is not tea. You said I heard all that today on the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. I heard that, and the Brat said she got money. Oh, Precious, all right, but I don't believe. Okay, well, there's that. You said Brad be annoyed with the look. Gary just need to stay off the Facebook. That's all. Gary need to stick to the People magazines, the E News, the Radar Online, like verifiable information, like even the TMZs and the Straight from the A, because they've used Straight from the A on there before. Like use tea that is legit, Gary. But then, he pulling a Claudia Jordan, it's certain age. And, I'm not trying to age shame nobody, but certain age ranges live on Facebook. Y'all be living over there with that Facebook tea. And y'all be like, oh my God, it's got 100,000 likes. And y'all think it's tea because it's got 100,000 likes. They can be like Kandi and Phaedra tied the knot today. It's got 100,000 likes. So y'all like, oh my God, they got married. This is such a beautiful wedding. And then even that picture that circulated with Kandi and that man, that is AI too. And it came from Facebook. Hold on, let me pull that up since we talk about Kandi and the man, honey. Where is the Kandi and the man? Hold on, let me see if I can find the Kandi Burris. Look at this. Hey, look where it came from. Child, y'all know I love doing research. I love doing research. And people were sending this to me. Kandi got a new man. Kandi has a new man. And I'm like, child, this is so AI. And look, every time I see where it came from, and no shade to them, because I'm sure they is making bank over there with they fake tea. Okay. The Real Housewives of Atlanta fan news, they post so much fake shit every day, and it just annoys me because I'm the arbiter of truth. I like bringing the truth to you, okay? And so when I see all of the fake tea coming around and people are regurgitating it and going over to TikTok and talking about it, it's like, oh, here we go. Let me see what fake tea they got over here today. Let me see. See, they sprinkle in some real tea. What they say about Nene? They said they talk about Nene and Yanni. They said reality fans, Nene Leakes has left fans stunned after officially revealing she is engaged. Not Nene engaged to Yanni, honey. I didn't get that tea. Nene called me, girl. You was engaged. Congratulations. Let me make it big. What happened? It said Nene is engaged to Yanni, y'all. Nene got engaged yesterday, child. They got her. Oh, they got the ring and everything, child. Look at this. Look, we gotta plan a wedding. We have got to plan a wedding, honey. The Real Housewives of Atlanta fan page said that they kept it under wraps for weeks and is confirming the life-changing news. It was a surprise engagement and it marks a dramatic new chapter. That's what they say, honey. Yes, that AI pic. Look at the hand, honey. They got her hand all big. Oh, Nene's hands is not that big. Oh my God. Why they do that? Yes, we need a Nene wedding special. A Nene and Yanni wedding special. Yes, come through. How does Facebook get away with posting false information? What happened to fact checking? I mean, I think the same way TikTok gets away with it. I mean, the same way YouTube gets away with it. It's like people nowadays, I think with social media, it's easy for fake news to spread because anybody can pick up a camera and start talking. Anybody can type in something that they say is tea, and it's tea. But at the end of the day, I guess it's up to y'all to decide who has credibility and who doesn't. I saw a blogger the other day. I ain't gonna say no names. We holding people accountable in 2026. I saw a blogger the other day, honey, who got a rhyming name. Okay, I'm not gonna say who it is, but they was swearing up and down that they knew Porsha and they knew somebody that had tried to be friends with Porsha. I'm like, child, you don't even live in the city of Atlanta. What is you talking about? Okay, it's like people like really be making up stuff, and I don't know. It just drives me crazy. But how I always be like, all these bitches are my sons. A lot of people study me, and I notice that too. A lot of people study me and they look at me and they hear what I say and see what I do. And I literally do be around these people and I literally do be knowing, where they go and what they do and who they with and blah, blah, blah. Because y'all know I know. Y'all know who I know and y'all know why I know those people. And so I feel like they be studying me and they feel like if I go on and I say I know these people, then I will get credibility too. And that's not the way credibility works because eventually people are going to see you for who you are and see that you lied. Okay, eventually you may get a few clicks here and there right now, but at the end of the day, eventually somebody going to come back around. Somebody gonna come back around and just like when people, I can't remember what that tea was that time, and people were swearing up and down what it was. And then I was like, yeah, check back in a year and y'all see that it's false or whatever. And then, it came back around. And I was like, see, I told you, I told you. But, any of my tea, any tea on my page right now today, whether it was posted last year, last week, 5 years ago, you can go back to any tea on my page and you will see that I was telling the truth. Even if I didn't know for certain back then, you can be like, oh my God, Michelle was right. Oh my God, that was true. Oh my God, Michelle wasn't lying. So credibility comes with, experience and, all of that. Binge worthy is credible. Okay. Binge worthy be out in these streets. So you just have to pay attention to, the bloggers who, be lying. Okay. Anywho, moving on like this, like this video. Shout out to Nene Leakes. Congratulations. Congratulations to Nene Leakes, honey, on her engagement. I don't even know where to go from there. I am stunned. Okay. I am stunned. Let me see who else is on my agenda. Did I get everybody? I got Kenya's birthday thing. I got Porsha's thing. I got the 50 Cent. I got everything. Okay, and then it's crazy because I was gonna go in on Ricky Smiley until they deleted it. Okay, because I said what did I say? What else I got in here? I got oh yeah, that's it. Final thoughts on misinformation, accountability, and credibility. Damn, I did that without even looking at my notes. I did that. So if anybody want to call in, y'all let me know. I live for the call in segments. I live for talking to my squad. Binge worthy, call in, child, and give me the tea on what's going on over there, honey. And you over there windmilling with the people, honey. Any other bloggers who want to confront me, why don't y'all call in, honey? Show your face, honey. Show your face. Call in. Let me see. You said, what about the love and hip hop teaser? Child, I ain't covered love and hip hop since Jocelyn Hernandez was on there. What? He said, Michelle, you get the tea on colorist Claudia and TS. No, what they had did. I did see colorist Claudia up under the DL Whisperer, and I do know the DL Whisperer don't see it for TS. So maybe they having issues over there. I don't know. I don't know. Child. I don't know, but I live for. Is there a beef going on? Is somebody fighting? Let me know. Did colorist Claudia finally show her hand as far as only befriending TS and Junkie, to benefit and make money off of them, to pretend that she was an ally to the gay community? Let me know. Hold on. We have somebody in the back. Hey Perry. Hello. Perry, say something, friend. I can't hear you, friend. Can y'all hear him? Is it just me? Maybe your mic ain't connected because I don't see your green light moving or nothing. All right, I'm gonna kick you out so you can call back. Okay. You said what's up with Al B. Sure and Luenell? I don't know, child. I saw them kissing and hugging on each other. Maybe they real good friends. Oops, I forgot to plug in my computer. Hold on. Maybe they real good friends. I mean, there have been stranger couplings. But they were looking a little bit cozy, child. Let me go pull that up since y'all brought that up. Let me see. Albisha and Luenell. And wasn't it on the neighborhood talk? Where it was? Albisha and Luenell. I wasn't on Luenell's page. I don't know. Let me see. You said Aunt Claudia on Love and Hip Hop. Yeah, she's a little friend of the show. Josh. She over there getting her little $500 appearance fee. Okay. So there is Luenell and Albie Sure child. Luenell said it's look at did I see some tongue? Oh Lord, look at that. Look at that. Luenell a little freak now. Luenell had that OnlyFans. You know that. Luenell said, yep, it's love. Official Al B. Sure and your girl. If you know, you know. Finally out of the shadows, 2026. Let's go, baby. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Okay. Somebody said it's a lavender love, honey. I guess. I mean, I get it's giving real friendly, but I mean, they like it. I love it. Okay. Everybody needs somebody when they get old to push them around in the grocery store. Everybody need somebody to make them soup when they get sick. Everybody needs somebody. Okay. So you never know who he says this AI. No, it's not AI. Look. This is not AI.
Wait.
Is this a lie? Can I fast forward? Why she just fast forward?
Hey everybody.
Hey girl.
It's a beautiful day here in Marina Del Rey.
It is.
I'm about to
Very
come back
beautiful.
to Vegas, but not quite yet.
Look. Ooh. He got them
Nice
tender
day, huh,
kisses.
babe?
Peace and blessings. What's good? My boo-boo kitty in the building.
Thank you outside the
we didn't
box.
get a chance to wish everyone
Not the
a
boo-boo
Happy
kitty.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Blessings. It's going to be a beautiful 2026.
Yeah.
And we got something coming for you, too. You already know what it is.
So, first of all, not that we need to really clear anything up, but, I think that people feel I'm unworthy of your love, darling, because they love you so much,
I'm
honey.
unworthy.
I'm going to wipe this lipstick off.
And put my tongue all on your face. No, listen, let me tell you something. I have such respect and admiration for this woman. If you only knew the journey. I know I was in a coma and all that. You calling me, talking in my ear while I was, on the other side. And
Yeah, this is nothing new.
nothing new at all. I appreciate you. I honor you. I think you bees knees, aka my boo boo kitty in the building.
I always got lipstick on, but
That's okay.
I don't
I'm gonna
always
see
have
y'all
it on.
soon. We got some beautiful things coming, and I'm just so proud.
And I'm on my way back to Vegas shortly, you
Oh, you doing
guys.
your show, your Vegas show?
No, I'm on vacation.
I was just wishful thinking.
No, but February 1st. I will be back.
February 1st, be there.
You keep trying to send me back to work. I'm not working yet.
You're not working yet? February
No.
1st?
Yeah, I go back to work February
I'll be
1st. And then we got that thing to go to in February.
okay. So we'll let them know later.
Okay.
Peace and blessings.
I'm not going to
Nothing but
stay
love
on
for
long,
you.
you guys.
Mount Vernon to LA.
Bye.
I mean, she look happy. She look happy. Okay, Al done lost some weight. Remember, I didn't like Fat Al, but I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Al done lost some weight. Remember when Al was on that weight loss show? But I'm digressing. Okay, but they look. You said Google it. What you want me to Google, child? You said she got a residency. Okay. I'm still mad at him for them vocals during the '89, not 1989. You remember that far back? Hold on, we got such a sweet sin in the building. Hey, friend, how you
Hey,
doing?
friend, how you doing?
I'm good. Welcome,
Yes,
welcome.
doing wonderful. If you don't mind, I know this is your platform, but can I start from the back? Because you know you had some Albie Shore on there, girl. Oh, that was my man back. Yes, I'm telling my age. That was
Okay.
man back in the
I mean,
day.
Al looking a little good over there.
Did
You know, he
wasn't he
aged like
looking
fine
sweet?
wine.
Ooh, if Luenell is hitting that baby, more power to you. Um,
Okay. I ain't mad at it.
props. I ain't mad at it at all. So yes, that's a beautiful thing. I just love seeing beautiful whatever it is. I love seeing that.
Uh-huh.
Next, what we had next? You talked about Porsha. Porsha done lost her damn mind if she dropping $50,000 a month or almost on somebody else's. That goes back to that man after 3 years, right, Michelle?
Well, after 3 years, according to the prenup, if they follow the prenup, she can sell it and then she will have to split the equity with Simon. But remember, there's at least $1 million in liens on the house from both of their attorneys have liens on the house. Or she can refinance it, and in refinancing, she got to pay off the liens too. And again, still send him the remaining balance of the equity. But you know, a lot of people seem to feel that, you know, because he's not paying, that all the money that he didn't pay will be deducted from whatever he gets from the equity. So I don't know. It's gonna be complicated nonetheless. But
As
Simon
heck,
is really working
yes.
her.
As heck, I would. Yeah, that's too much. If I was her, I would
Hmm.
walk away from that. That's team too
Hmm.
much. And it's just her and her child, right? And her mother.
Hmm.
That's three
Hmm.
people. How big is that house? How many thousands
I'm
and thousands?
assuming it's her mama because her mama and her mama boyfriend was living in her house. I'm like, her mama need to get her man to get her a house.
Well, you know,
I'm just
I
saying,
know
if it's
we
all
didn't
about
have
the houses, what point?
Yeah,
What mama staying with me for? Get your man to get you a house.
yeah. Especially if you got a man. Yeah, we don't need to. We
Okay,
stay in
especially
your
the
house.
man
Yeah,
living with you.
yeah. No, we need to stay in his house, or we stay in separate houses.
Yeah,
Anyway,
if she wants to keep the house Black Cherry, she'll have to get it refinanced into her name.
wow.
So
That's team too much. She didn't need that much house to begin with it. And that's too much trouble. Peace of mind is mm. I was
I mean,
behind
maybe she
Porsche.
has peace of mind because it does give her, I guess, a little leg up on the show, and she can
Well,
continue
I guess if
to
it's keeping her on the show, maybe it's paying for itself.
maybe,
I
maybe.
guess if it's paying for itself, let it go.
I
Whatever.
mean, it's given to me, it's given the same thing Kenya is trying to do with this spy. Like she's holding on to it so that she
Right.
can have some type of story if and
Right.
when she
Right.
ever gets back on the show.
Yeah.
Because before Britt filed her lawsuit, they were planning on bringing Kenya back for season 17. But when Britt filed that lawsuit, it was over for Kenya.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. So that's why she was holding on to that content space, as you
Mm-hmm.
call it. And it's true. It is content. It's gorgeous in there. Yeah, she did a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful job on
And
the
she
other.
did it just for content creation, so that there would be places to take beautiful pictures. There would be beautiful backgrounds for videos. And she even started doing her YouTube, and she stopped doing that,
Yeah.
and now she doing her payday loan content. Well, I don't even think she did that in the spa. I
I
can't
don't think
remember.
so either. That wasn't it. Well, unless they had a different backdrop, it could have been
Mhm.
in there, but it did. It wasn't her. They didn't use her decorations. But
Mhm.
yeah. Um. And then who else were we talking about? I
Um,
touched on 50 Cent, but I don't want to talk about them people.
Porsha and the fake news, the Ricky Smiley stuff, how they brought the tea up there and then they
Yeah,
deleted it.
that's Gary with the that old Gary. I love Gary, I really do, but
Right.
he getting up there. And like you said, we're not gonna, but he's getting up there. I guess he just hurried up and did his homework the night before.
Oh, and Kenya being ordered to pay that 80,000, child.
Now, yes. Kenya is not supposed to be broke. Why is Kenya broke? Kenya owns her own home. What the heck?
But this is for the hair spot. It's not for her home now. And so this is
But
for the
why is she
business.
broke?
But it's just the
Okay.
way she's handling the business. Is she broke or is she withholding payment?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Kenya is not supposed to be broke. That's my point exactly. She's holding in people's money, and that's a shame because those people still have to pay somebody,
Uh-huh.
be it a
They
loan.
gotta pay the bills. They gotta pay the
Yes,
light bill, the gas bill, the this bill, the that, the
they
water
even have
bill.
a
They gotta
bank
pay the
loan on
bills.
that property. They may even have a bank loan. I mean,
Mhm.
they still have to pay. That's a shame for Kenya. That's not how
Mhm.
you do business.
Mhm.
No, But yeah, that's what I was saying. But I don't think that they can come for her house.
Hmm.
And the reason why I say that, there's a way you can save your house, right? With bankruptcy, if you get into some
Well,
trouble like that.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, but I doubt that they could come for her house. Who
I
knows? I
don't
mean,
think
because
that
I
they
don't
can
know
come
what
for her.
her
Yeah,
business structure is. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And
right.
how. And so, I don't know if they sued her. I have to look at the documents again. If they sued her personally and her business, or
Mhm.
how that's working. So I don't know off the top of my head, but it would
Yeah,
seem like her house is probably safe, which is why
I
she
think so.
has no fear in
Yeah,
doing this.
yeah,
Because she's literally squatting.
yeah. So,
'Cause who do
yeah,
you
well,
know that was, like, squat in a building for a year with no rent and be okay with it, and still be trying to host events and do stuff in this building that you have not paid no rent in 12 months?
that's sad. I mean,
That's a different
that's
type of
scamish.
audacity, for
That's
real.
scamish. That's kind of scamish. That's
Mhm,
that. My son wants me to do my home like that. I'm about to sell my home, and he's begging me not to sell it. Mama, please hold on to that, because what I have is worth something. He's like,
uh-huh.
Mom, hold on to it. Do real estate. I said, I'm seeing too many horror stories about these folks not paying no rent. I'm
Well,
sorry.
I got horror stories too, friend,
I friend, I take your horror story. I tell
but
your
my
horror
horror
story.
story led me to a wonderful windfall. I have to say that. Because if it wasn't for all the things that I went through, like the years that I spent like renting and learning and
Mm-hmm.
growing and losing friends who tore up my shit and all kind of stuff,
Right,
like
right,
even throughout all of that, I still was paying for my house for damn near 15 years. You know what I'm saying?
right,
And
right,
so at the end of all of that, my house had appraised for way more, like 50, 60% more than what I paid for it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right, right. So yeah, and I understand
I
what he's
got
saying.
it back,
Mhm.
but it took blood, sweat, and tears.
I know.
You know
I'm
what I'm
I'm
saying?
too old, Michelle. I'm just too old right now.
Yeah. But one thing I would tell anybody who goes into that and having investment properties is to have somebody you trust to manage it for you, whether it's a management
Yeah.
company or real estate agent or something, somebody that you trust to
Right,
do
right.
it, because even the management companies be like
I've
they
seen
be doing
that
the
horror
most.
story firsthand. My best friend used the management company, and it was horrible. The home.
Mhm.
She even tried to rent a home to someone who she thought elderly person, kind of handicapped. They tore that house up. I don't know. It's a lot of
I
hard.
tried to I rented my place to a celebrity baby mama, let me say that.
Mm-hmm.
And she chose not to pay for whatever reason, and I had to I took a non-conventional unconventional way to kick her out. I had my friends go change the lot. This when I was real gangster. But but I felt bad for her and I allowed her to rent a truck and go get her shit out of there because I was literally holding her shit hostage and I
Right.
didn't want it and she
Right.
wasn't gonna pay me. So I was like, get your stuff and get out. And so
Yeah.
she got the stuff and left. But to me, it was like she was saying stuff like, I know you need it. You just bought a car and all this. And I'm like, what me buying
But
a car got to do with you paying rent? Like I like anyway, that was
because
a
you have money,
friend.
you don't have to give you money. What kind of
Exactly. That was
what?
a friend that I fell out with over renting my place, because she had a kid and all that stuff. So I was, trying to be nice. And then, the junkie situation, y'all know
Right.
about that.
Right.
I was
Right.
trying to, help somebody
Help
who
a
seemed
friend.
to be in
Yeah.
need or
Well.
whatever, and they tore it up. So, but then after that, I had tenants that, did right. But
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
go through some bullshit to get there,
Before you got to the right stuff. And that's what he said
Mhm.
he want to do. Let me do the footwork because he's starting in real estate and stuff. And then by the time you're ready, I'm gonna be up to par. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But
Mhm.
anyhow, okay, that was that. And I think we're done. I think we did all of them. Michelle, I
Yeah,
sure
we did.
enjoyed talking to you tonight. I stayed up till 11 o'clock for when over here it's 11 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock your time, but over here it's 11
Well,
o'clock. We have bad weather coming too this weekend.
well,
So
be safe, honey.
you
Keep
two be
warm.
safe. I'm gonna put a pot of gumbo on and ride it out.
Okay. All right.
Y'all
Well,
have a
I
good
will
night.
probably be doing content if I'm stuck in the house, child.
All right, I'll be listening.
All
Okay,
right.
y'all take care. Bye
You
bye.
too. Bye
Bye bye.
bye. Hey, Perry, can we hear you now? Perry, friend. Perry, I can't hear you, friend. I don't know what's going on with your mic. Let me see if I can click on some stuff in the back. Say something, Perry. I can't hear nothing. I'm just clicking. The volume is up. I don't know what happened, y'all. Call back, Perry. Anybody else want to call in? Click the link. I would love to hear what you have to say. Somebody was asking me about Drew and Dennis. Yeah, ain't nobody studying Drew and Dennis. What else? What else y'all got in the comment? Simply Peaches said, "Hey, beautiful Michelle. Hope you and Mama Brown, me and Mama Brown are doing amazing. Thank you so much. I hope she's in the chat. Mommy, I love you. She is doing so much better, better and better every day. I can't believe spent that much in renovations on a building she didn't own. Exactly. She claimed on the show she spent $400,000. I don't believe she spent 400,000. She had an allowance from and I'm talking about Kenya, by the way. She had an improvement allowance that was to be given to her by the management company of $80,000. And in allowing her that $80,000, they charged her a lot less rent because she improved the property. Her rent was only like 4,000 and some dollars. So, it's interesting to I would love to hear her take on it, honey. Can you need to do some interviews and talk about why she's still squatting them in them people place? They can come for Kenya's house. I personally saw my friend's house got snatched in similar circumstances through the court. Okay, good one. I hope they don't come for her house, child. I hope she continue to do what she doing and thrive. Yes, pink hearts from Mama Brown. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You said anything on Candy and Todd? I have not done any research to see if there's any more court documents yet on Candy and Todd. The last thing that I blogged about or came here and spoke about was their status conference. And after the status conference, they had another one that they're supposed to have on February 19th. Let me go see. Let me go see if there is anything else in these court documents. I have to sign in and everything. Okay. They want to confirm that I am human. Yes, Fulton County. What is my password? I can't remember. I can't remember no passwords in my old age. In a minute, all my passwords gonna be like password 54321. Okay, now I gotta find the what is the damn case number? Let me find that. Todd Tucker. T. Jermaine Tucker. Kayla Niece Tucker. Okay, let me do this. And shout out to the squad. If you are not subscribed, please subscribe because this is y'all's show. I see you back there, Perry. Wait a minute, let me see what else we got. If we got any more documents. We got an order to attend the 60-day conference. That's all we got. Got a couple of leave of absences for the attorneys. That's all we got. Yeah, I've read all the other documents. Everything else is leave of absences for Kandi's attorney and the order for the 60-day conference. Let me see what it say. Oh, this 13 pages there. Yeah, case management order for the 60-day status conference, which is on 2/19/26. That's it. That's all. Nothing new, honey. Hey Perry, can I hear you now? Perry, hello, hello. Still nothing, Perry. I don't know what's going on with your thing, Perry. But anyway, if you want the tea on Kandi and Todd, I have a Kandi and Todd playlist where I review each and every one of the core documents thus far. We've been talking about them things forever. Hold on, we have the counselor in the building. Hey, counselor, how you doing?
Hey, Michelle. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm good. I feel sad for Kenya. And
Oh,
it's kind of sad. You don't think?
I think Kenya's situation was brought on by her own actions. So feeling sad, I don't know. I think Kenya went too far, and I
Yeah,
think her going too far got her fired. And I think it was a snowball effect from there. Because at this point, it's like, what were you thinking? You over 50. Like, no, not the age change, but what were you thinking to be as old as you are to think that it was okay to bring naked pictures to your hair spa
right. But
in
you
front
know
of a
what?
group of people who were invited there for
Right.
your grand opening? What were you thinking?
Where are her people? Where are her friends? You know, where like some? Why is there ain't nobody snatching her ass up? Like, girl, what's going on? Well,
Mm. I don't know, but don't you think it's kind of karmic the way all of this kind of panned out? Nene is now being celebrated for being back on Bravo, and the same two people that was making fun of her accusations are now sitting over there off Bravo, even though Kandi is on Broadway. But Kandi and Kenya, neither one of them are on the network anymore.
yeah, things come full circle. But Kenya came angry. She came to the show angry, upset, hurt, and broken, and all that. And it's just a sad situation. I don't know.
Okay.
And little Brooklyn, what's
Mhm.
poor Brooklyn?
Mhm.
But
I
that's about
wonder where
it.
her friends are. Like, we don't never see her with Chef
Yeah,
Jay.
where are
We
her
don't never see her
people?
when Auntie Lori don't mess around with her no more.
Yeah,
We don't never see her with Brandon. Remember Brandon? Like, did
right,
Kenya even
right.
have any girlfriends? Remember the Akila girl she was hanging that wanted to be on the show with her? The Ming Lee, like I be feeling like a lot of these people, like, the reality show girlies and the wannabes, they all kind of like kiss each other's
Yeah,
ass for a position, and then when that position is no longer available, then they kind of disappear. So, I don't know what's going on with Kenya at this point. Like, where her real friends? Is she still
yeah.
hanging with
Those
Latoya?
aren't those are fair weather friends. They're not solid friends. But I
Yeah, and
mean,
and
damn, she
and
got
everybody keeps
somebody from somewhere. I mean, we all got some history. somewhere.
And everybody talk about girls, girls, and all this. I don't never see Kenya hanging out with any women. Every now and then I'll see her being a plus one with Kandi, but with Kandi and Candy's real friends. Kandi got Carmen and all of them that she been hanging with for years.
Yeah.
But I never see Kenya with her own group of friends.
But all that big personality and all that's fake. That when she showed that picture and some of the stuff that she said and hitting below the belt and all that's been going on for years. Something awful happened to that girl. But yeah, that's about it. Okay. Nothing else. Thank you for doing what you do.
Thank you. And I appreciate y'all for supporting.
Yeah. So you can kick me out. You know me.
All right, friend. Thanks for calling.
Yeah. Talk to you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm sorry I couldn't talk to you, Perry. I don't know what was going on with the microphone. And on that note, I guess I'll call it a day. Let me see what else going on online that I can chime in on. Anything else that y'all want to talk about? I was up here thinking I was gonna be online for an hour, and I got through these topics real quick, honey. Really, really quick. Let me see. I talked about the storm coming. I talked about all of that. I got something to watch tonight. I'm gonna watch Tyler Perry's Sisters. That's my guilty pleasure. I love watching that show, so I'm gonna watch that. There's a new episode out, I think. And Married to Medicine. I've been kind of watching Married to Medicine, but the people on Married to Medicine get on my last nerve, child. They be doing too much. Hey, Vanessa, what's up, friend?
Hey, Michelle. How you doing, babe?
Welcome. I'm good. How you doing?
First of all, give me that sweater, okay? Because
It's a dress, honey.
Oh, is it a dress? Oh, that's even better. Do you have on boots? What you got on the bottom, girl?
I ain't got no shoes on.
Well, you in the house, so you.
But I would probably wear some boots. I got some thigh highs. I got some,
boots.
And then I got some little short ones.
That's a sexy little dress. I love it.
Yeah. Okay. It's long. It's a midi. It goes like down.
It's super cute. I like the print. It looks very nice on you. I wanted to comment on my girl Luenell.
Okay.
Girl, I hope this thing is real because I'm loving it.
I love it too. Because who didn't think Luenell had sex appeal? Luenell was over there busting it wide open on OnlyFans.
I would say one thing about Luenell. She got that it thing. Like, and no shade, typically bigger girls, they're not looked at as like sexy, right? But Luenell,
wait a minute.
No, we're saying typically, the typical, okay, we know that's not true, but I'm saying, typically the European version, the skinny frame, but Luenell always had that thing. Like she's just a whole vibe. I love Luenell. It's her personality. I love the maturity of their relationship because if it's real, I hope they're not clowning us. But if it's real, you could see, if not for nothing, they're good friends. Because he did mention how she stood by his side when he was sick. So,
and I can see that too. Even with them being good friends, a kiss is a kiss.
It
they was kissing for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this girl been here for me, and it could just merge. So I think that's probably what happened, and I'm just loving it. I want to comment on Kenya.
Okay.
Girl, you've been spilling the tea with Kenya. I have to say from the beginning, can't nobody say that you haven't. You have.
Without people saying what color is Claudia talk about, I'm hating on the pretty girls, child. Ain't nobody hating on the pretty girls. I just be delivering the tea.
What's going on in they little pretty lives, okay? So, can we please keep it real?
Okay.
Kenya, the caller before said she felt sorry for her. I can see that, but I understand where you're coming from because these things, I'd feel sorry for her if all of this happened to her and she didn't have anything to do with it. But she did kind of bring it on herself. Real long story short, I'm going to let you go. Kenya needs to get help. She needs therapy. Anybody who goes through what she's probably gone through with her mother, because you could just see the pain in that, and you just not right. The person's not right when they don't have that love from their mama. I just think that makes a person not able to trust people. So you mentioned, and the other girl mentioned how she doesn't have any friends. All that is trust. Because have a friend, you got to trust them.
And I get that too, but damn, how old are you? I mean, Ken almost 60, and no shade to being almost 60. Like, it'd be different if she was in her 20s and was like, oh, she had issues with her mama and blah, blah, blah. You've had time to go through what you go through. You had time to seek therapy. You had time to self-reflect. You had all the time in the world. And when you get to a level where you middle age, like at some point, I feel like that excuse falls flat. And that's just me. I might be hard on people.
No, I agree with you. It's called looking at the man in the mirror. You have to have that maturity when you get to a point. You're like, dang, I've been acting like this. I'm mean spirited. That's when you got to look at that man in the mirror. And usually it should come when you mature in age. Mm-hmm. So I agree with you because, you know,
and now she has a daughter of her own.
Yeah.
Like at some point, I'm hoping that she's that she's not as traumatized as y'all say, because if that's the case, she's traumatizing her daughter.
It seems like it, Michelle, because look at her movements. She's very hurting people hurt people. So Kenya hurts a lot of people because she's projecting her pain. And I have not seen her be a true friend to anybody. So I just hope she gets help. But you do reap what you sow in this life, baby. And last thing, congratulations on my girl, Nene.
Yes, the queen is back, honey.
She's a Sag, baby. I'm a fellow Sag, so I've always been rooting for Miss Nene because we tell it like it is, girl. So I'm very happy for Nene. And hey, look, we'll see what's coming. But thanks for your great reporting as always.
Thank you, and thank you for calling in, friend.
Okay,
appreciate
baby.
you so much.
Have a good one, and kisses to mama, to your mama.
Thank you.
Okay.
So all right. Miss Fake New York, is this really you?
Hello.
Oh my God, we've been blessed with your presence in 2026.
Wait, I can't hear. Can you hear me? I can't hear you.
I can hear you. You can't hear me?
Wait a second. Is this thing on?
Yes, it's on, friend. We can hear you.
Oh God. Hello?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, I'll be back.
Okay. Oh man. My favorite troll just called. I need to wait till she called back because my favorite troll just called. He said, if you never address it, it does not go away. Something people fear it forever. And I understand that too. I understand that too outside the box, but I just feel like people give Kenya a little bit too much credit. I think Kenya is a lot smarter than y'all think she is. And I think Kenya kind of uses that to get away with a lot of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's just my opinion. It may be, she may be the nastiest person in the world because of her mother issues, or she may be the nastiest person in the world because that's who she is. Okay, I don't know. You said, Michelle, did you see Kandi posted Brooklyn but not Kenya? They're not real friends. What do you mean? Kandi posted it but not Kenya? Hold on, what do you mean? Let me go to Kandi's page. Hold on. Miss New York is back. Hold on. Hey, friend.
Hey, Queen. Oh my God, Happy New Year. You look amazing per the use.
Thank you. I appreciate it, friend. Welcome.
Yes.
I can't believe you calling me in the new year. Oh my God. I'm blessed with your presence in the new year.
You know what? It seems to be like a yearly occasion. It's like I always catch you in the beginning of the year. It's like a ritual at this point.
Well,
you look gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
So what's been going on, Miss Fake New York? Are you still over there blowing up the Bigo TikTok streets? What you doing now?
Oh, girl, listen, I've been off the internet for like almost 2 to 3 years now. I just don't. I'm really recollecting all of my fibers and really just trying to, not really disperse myself too much. I've been used by the streets. I've been used by these men. And it's time I do for me, pour into me. I'm tired of being used.
Not you allowed the men. Not you allowed the men to use you.
Listen, when you're desperate, you do desperate things.
You are not desperate, Miss New York. I refuse to believe that. You are a strong
was
Black
desperate,
woman, allegedly.
Yes, heavy on the allegedly, heavy on the one man. I'm okay with that.
Okay, all right. No, I appreciate you, friend. Where your friend Dre at? We ain't seen him this year either.
Listen, he should be calling in shortly. I just got off the phone with him. He just exited rehab. He was really strung out, and
he was in rehab. He was on that crack too.
Well, I heard it was nothing. The injectables. He was an injectable enthusiast, as they call it.
Oh no, not the injectables.
Absolutely. Yes. He was an injectable enthusiast, and my heart aches for that bitch because
was it Ozempic? What kind of injectables is we talking?
Well, I'm talking about the ones that go directly into the veins.
Oh.
Track marks.
That could be Mounjaro, Zepbound, Ozempic. It could be a lot of stuff.
Well, I think those Ozempics, they go into the musculature. The hard stuff.
Okay, I don't know. I thought that went into the vein too, child. I don't know. I'm just like it's sticking in the arm or something, child. I don't know.
Oh no. No, he was on that. On that hard stuff.
He was
on those hard injectables.
Oh.
Yes.
Not Dre
the
on
injectables.
The narcotics, Lord.
Absolutely. He was on those hard injectables, as we call them.
Send a prayer up for Dre, child, because he is apparently down bad. Child. He is over there on them drugs. They say that Dre is in rehab, child. I don't know what's going to happen. Is he overseas or something? Because he like to travel.
Well, they did say that he tried to make a break for it down to the Mexico border once he found, because listen, it was a whole thing. So he was busted with the injectables. He carries purses and all these things. So
he was distributing and using?
Absolutely. Not only distributing, using, but also trafficking drugs through his booty hole. Yes. Listen, I would not make this up.
Okay, Miss New York, you just had to bring up the booty hole. I can't. I'm not. We're not gonna do it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for giving me the tea on Dre, Miss New York, and please call back.
Absolutely. Are you like to sign off, or are you like out of here? Because we.
I've been on almost 2 hours, and I was asking other people to call in, and they wouldn't. And it is what it is.
Yeah.
I didn't really have any like hot topics, but I feel like I covered everything that we needed to cover. You heard about the King Moore situation and all of that.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Yes. We definitely did. And it's really quite sad the way she's fallen from grace. But pride does go before the fall. I really do hope that the situation humbles her. And I would like to see her back on the Housewives alongside Nene. So I'm hoping that they can really, just rekindle some things.
I wouldn't hate it if Kenya was back beside Nene and Nene would read her. I wouldn't be mad at it. I wouldn't. I think that would be good. I also wouldn't mind Kandi coming back as long as Phaedra does too.
Absolutely. Michelle, I never really thought that I would. You honestly had, got me into watching The Housewives. I stopped watching when Nene Leakes left. And I never thought in a million years that I would live to see Nene return. This is bliss. I'm in total bliss.
Okay. You didn't think there was an opportunity for her to come back one day, ever? I always thought that the door would be open one day. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? She got into calling them other people, racist and all these. I'm like, girl, you just done burned that bridge, honey. And there's
But
nothing
I
else I can
mean,
do for
what
you.
if she? But you don't think that them inviting her back is like kind of them admitting to it, an admission of guilt, sort of to
I
me.
do think that they're doing anything to salvage the franchise. It's just when you have the heavy hitters who are no longer there, the
Hmm.
Nenes, the Kenyas, the Candies.
Hmm.
It's not. I mean, those. How can you have a
But they
how?
still
How can
got
you even
they
think
still
of
got
how
Phaedra and Porsha.
they don't count? They're losers.
You think Phaedra is a loser?
Yeah, I think that she is desperate. She's a failed lawyer. She was married to a down low bisexual man.
Don't
I
do
do think,
Apollo. Don't do Apollo like that.
well, listen, I don't
Don't
think that man was completely straight, you know? I
don't
think
do that.
it didn't work out because she wasn't fouling that ass appropriately. See, he wanted that ass toyed
Miss
with.
New York,
He
you
wanted
gonna get me
that ass toyed with.
okay, all right. I tried, Miss New York. You gonna keep saying the same thing over and over again. It's your do you just be trying to get me demonetized in the final hour? I'm just trying to figure this out. Because I
No,
mean,
listen, I thought that the things were a little more
I mean
liberal
saying it
on
one
YouTube.
time, okay, I could give you one time, but you ain't gotta say it back to back 10 times now. I'm just saying.
Well, see, I just really thought that, I thought that they were in a lavender marriage. There was no chemistry. I don't
Mm,
know if they got together because of the TV thing but there was nothing really there. I really
mm,
feel like Portia ruined her career as a lawyer.
uh-huh,
She cannot go into the private sector and
uh,
be taken seriously. I would never hire her as a lawyer.
mm.
She's a loser. So
She was my
I really
lawyer.
think, huh?
She was my lawyer. That's how I met Phaedra.
And did you get your rent money and your washer and your dryer back? No, you didn't.
Well, it was
See,
all
that's
of
what
this
I'm saying.
happened before. All of this happened before that. Phaedra actually represented me in a restraining order against Tamika Foster Glover Raymond back in the day. It's such a long time ago. But yeah,
You
this
know
is
what? I
before she
do
even
remember that.
that was before she even came on Housewives. And then, yeah.
Absolutely,
I
I
was at
remember
Phaedra's
that.
wedding to Apollo. That was before Housewives too. Mhm.
Okay. See, I know. Listen, I know
You
you
didn't
got
know that?
street cred. Well, I did not know that actually, but I'm not surprised to hear that because you are Michelle and everything that
Let me
that
pull it.
means. So of
If I
course you're
pull up
well
this
connected.
picture of me, if I pull up this picture of me and this Bob, you gonna cackle. Hold on, because I got it. Hold
Oh,
on.
we
Look at
love
this
a good
picture.
Bob, honey.
Look at this picture of me with this Bob, honey. I say, what is wrong with a Bob? Something.
Oh,
We was at the wedding, honey. Look at Dwight.
that's a beautiful
Mm,
picture.
with a Bob, looking like Dora the Explorer.
Well, you look amazing, girl. That's a corporate Bob, honey.
Okay.
That's a
So
presidential
it so
Bob.
was.
Yes,
It
and
so
I'm okay
is.
with that. It was
I
real,
love
like,
I love going in the archives, honey. I
I know
live for
that's
it.
right.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Aubrey Jones is in the back, but their devices aren't connected.
Oh,
I was
poor
trying to wait
things.
for them to connect
Listen,
them, but they didn't. So, oh well.
listen, you can't wait on these losers.
Oh, let me see what else I can find online. It's a lot of pictures of me and Phaedra online. Look at that. I'm just
I
googling.
mean,
Look at this.
she is
Let me
okay.
see this.
Let's see what this one is about.
Let me see what this one do. Hold on. I gotta make it big. Did it? Oh, hold on. Oh, that's Candy's lunch party. Let me see. Oh, look at that. I'm on
Okay.
straight from
Oh,
AI.
girl. Yes, that's a pretty
Oh,
picture of
look, they
you.
go me. Oh, that's when Candy and Phaedra was still friends. Look at this one right here. Hold on. Look at that one.
Okay, that's cute. Oh,
Candy, Phaedra, Toya, and me. Look at that.
You are just so well connected. I think that because you're so humble with it, like people don't understand that you literally are. I mean, I think celebrity is just so overrated, but you literally are a celebrity, but you're accessible. So it's kind of like, you
I'm
could
not a
slip into your
celebrity.
Beyonce vibe, but yet you're kind of like,
I'm just a blogger. I'm taller than
but,
everybody, wasn't I?
but
I'm
you're
just
more than that.
I'm not tall, they just short. Hi, Ari.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
I
How are
can't.
you?
I'm good. How are you guys tonight?
Good, good. Welcome.
So
Well,
listen.
I don't do interviews, so don't ask me no questions about how I'm doing. All right, I
Oh,
don't
hush,
know you.
honey.
I don't know you.
Mr.
Honey.
York, hush, hush. Let Ari talk.
Hush.
Okay, go ahead, Ari.
Exactly. I have an alter ego as well.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, listen. This is gonna be an unpopular opinion, but
Uh-huh.
hear me out, guys, because I know they're gonna read me for filth in the comments.
Uh-oh. For what? What you gonna say?
So this is about Kenya,
Oh
however,
God.
by way of Nene. Now,
Okay.
when Nene left the show, I was actually pretty happy she was gone, only because, me personally, it was about the arrogance, and I just didn't like a lot of her behaviors on the show that she wasn't being accountable for. She wasn't taking accountability. So when she did an interview, I think with Carlos King, I think it was him. She said that there was some things, basically she became a millionaire overnight. She was dealing with a lot of more, a lot of money, and the arrogance kind of took over. But she has now, learned her lesson from all of that. And she even
I
gave
don't
Kenya,
like this, where this is going.
well, hold on.
Why would she have to learn her lesson from being rich and being like what
No,
lesson would she
it was the arrogance that she was displaying, some of her behavior. She admitted to that. She admitted to that. That some of her, she was like, yeah, but guys, you have to understand, I didn't know, it's kind of like a basketball player. You know how they go from, I'm gonna say, college to the NBA, right? And they go buck wild, they get arrogant, they get egotistical. To me, Nene was demonstrating some of that. Like I said, this is my opinion. This is my
Okay, go
opinion.
ahead. Uh-huh.
So, um, but she admitted that, guys, nobody told me how to, and I'm paraphrasing, nobody told me how to navigate, going from just pretty much a housewife to now this celebrity, right?
Mhm.
So when she said that, I was like, oh, wow, she actually said that. So I felt very, I was like, okay, I love the fact that she took accountability in a lot of the things that she did. I know people are not going to like what I said, but I'm confessing the fact that I was not a Nene
Okay, so
fan.
she transformed you from a hater to a supporter. Is that what you're trying to say?
Well,
I'm trying to understand where we're
well.
going with this.
So the reason why I'm saying this is because now I'm going back to Kenya. At
Mhm.
least Nene admitted to her behaviors. Maybe not all, because some of it I understand was very valid. Especially with KKK Kim, she knew off the rip, right?
Uh-huh.
Um, but with Kenya has not taken any accountability, which to me, I feel like this is where the karma is actually. See, I knew y'all was gonna read. That's okay. I'm okay with that. But Kenya has not taken any accountability. So
But how
I
do you know
welcome,
that though? Like, do you live with her? Do you know what she goes over in her daily life,
as
the
I was
conversations that she
saying,
has?
Michelle, that Kenya hasn't taken any accountability. She'll say she'll apologize. Well, I apologize for that. I apologize for that. But if you guys notice, and her behavior and her actions, she'll kind of do the same thing all over again with different players.
Mm.
So
Well,
I
let's
don't know.
talk about your criminal record.
No.
My
Wait.
criminal record. Oh
Let her
wow.
finish, New York. Hold on.
So
Go
that's
ahead.
all. That's what I was saying. I'm like, Nene took accountability for
But Kenya
certain,
has not. Is that what you're saying?
and Kenya has not, which is why I'm saying Kenya
So you saying
is,
that once she takes accountability, the
oh, I'm
door will
not
be
saying
open?
that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think that would ever probably happen. That's
Okay.
okay. I'm okay with you guys thinking I'm Delulu. I'm just saying from my perspective, the way that I
It's
saw it,
okay.
because
We can all agree to disagree.
I was not a Nene, and I'm being just completely honest. How many of you guys are going to be completely honest and say you're going from not really liking Nene to, okay, I will welcome her. I would like to see her back on the show. I think
But
she's
what
more
was the
humble
reason you didn't
now and
like her?
everything.
Was it because of her growth? Because like I said in my last show, at some point, like you got to understand the show is dang near been on the air for 17 seasons, right? So Nene was on there for over 10, 11, however many
Yeah.
it was. And so like starting from season 1 up until till season 10 or whatever it is, there was a lot of changes, of course.
Yeah,
She was
she
a
did
different
make.
person from season 1. She went through, again, just like you said, like the
Mhm.
popularity, the celebrity, the new jobs, the
Yep.
being in
Yep.
Hollywood, the all of that, the glam, the glitz, glam, and glamour, and learning new things about, fashion, style, makeup, hair, all of that is different. So
Mhm.
anybody would come in year 1 and look one way. Look at Carly Red,
Mhm.
look at Phaedra,
Yeah.
look at Porsha. Anybody comes into the game one way, and 5-10 years down the line, they learn
I
what
agree.
looks better online, or how to be perceived better online. They
Yes.
learn, the game,
And she
the
did.
whole
I think
media
she did.
training, all of that. So of course they're gonna speak different, act different, walk different. So that's why I don't understand when people are like, oh, she's a different person. Da, 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 da.
No.
Everybody's different.
I did not like her when she was on the show in the earlier seasons. I actually, my thing was like, I just didn't like certain things she did. It wasn't everything she did. It was just certain behaviors. I don't
Mhm.
know her. And my thing was, is that, at first I was like, well, maybe it was editing. Maybe that's not how
Mhm.
she is. But not everything can be edited. You know what I'm saying? So, let's use Sheree. I'm a rich bitch. I really just thought, I was like, really? I mean, she was all up in her face. Now, I'm just being completely honest. She was all up in her face.
And you
Tell,
don't think
I'm a
Sheree was
rich
saying
bitch and all
nothing?
that stuff. And
You don't
I
think
can't
Sheree
remember
was
what that
doing
was
that?
about, but I'm sorry.
Yeah, because Sheree was arguing that Nene had went behind her back, and
That's
or
true.
Sheree had went behind her back. So I can't remember, child. And they was
Yeah.
arguing over an appearance fee, and apparently Nene wanted a higher appearance fee according to Sheree, and they was arguing over that. And Nene said she didn't do it. So yeah, and then they was calling Diane on one phone and Tyrone on another, and it was
It was
yeah,
a
but
mess. It was a mess.
yeah, it
But
was a
once
mess.
again, it
Mhm.
was, for me, it was just loud. It was, yeah,
But
Sheree is
again,
not
she was
perfect either.
arguing. When she's
I
arguing, she's
got it.
loud. The same thing
I was
with
just giving one
Phaedra, the same
example.
thing with Kandi. Kandi
Right.
was like, I could buy every bitch in here. And
Mhm.
and so, but nobody ever says that Kandi needs to be held accountable for her nasty attitude. Kandi had attitudes too. Kandi talk about she was a rich bitch. Kandi has said a lot of the same things. So I mean,
No, but we're not
Exactly,
talking. But
exactly.
we're
And
not talking
not
about
only
Candy.
that,
We're talking
not
about.
only that,
We're actually
it was
talking
her
about
art.
Nene
Like
and
she was a
Kenya.
TV icon. You were watching, you were tuned in, you studied her
To who?
resume, you knew
Who?
all the lines, so you were entertained for over 10 years. Now you want to talk about what you like and what you don't like. Well, guess what? I don't like you. How about that?
Take a number, honey. Anyhow.
I hate both of y'all. Okay, on that note, we ain't gonna agree to disagree.
Okay.
I think y'all plan this call and bring this up
No.
because Nene
Oh
wasn't
my
even a topic of
gosh.
conversation. Nene was not even on the agenda. Okay, we was talking about Kenya
But
and
no, we were
Porsche and
talking
50
about
Cent.
Kenya. All I'm saying is Kenya is definitely, because I used to like Kenya, and now it kind of flipped for me. It's like now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not a fan of hers. It's not just because of the revenge thing she did. It's her behavior. I was like, oh my gosh. At first I thought she just did it for the show, because she was just trying to make sure she secure her place in on the as a cast member. So it
Mhm.
flip-flopped for me. That's all I'm saying. It
But you
flip-flopped for
don't
me, and
think
then Mhm.
as with anything there has to be a villain? There has to be a villain on the show in
Yeah,
order for y'all
that's
to tune in. If everything is just roses and cherries and great,
I
like nobody's gonna watch. There
but
has to be
at
some
some
conflict.
point it went too
Exactly,
far,
Michelle.
didn't it? It
And you
went too
know,
far.
Michelle, if I can just chime in real quick, because
Mhm.
she's sitting up here, trying to be all cutesy, got her shoulder out, got her belly out, 60-year-old pregnancy.
Baby,
And
I don't have a belly
it's
in
just
that
like,
photo.
no, but I'm just saying, it's like you're so judgmental
No, I
about
was giving
others.
no, I'm just giving my
But the
opinion.
fact
I'm
is
saying
that you were tuned in and you were watching. It was entertainment. You were entertained.
and some of that I was just kind of like disgusted by the behavior.
But you
What were
couldn't
you
turn the TV
disgusted
off.
by? Wait. What part
Well,
was
maybe
disgusted
disgust
you?
is a dislike, a strong dislike. I was like, gosh. But no, I haven't watched the season in quite some
But you don't
time.
think that's why it was so good because it was relatable, the relationships were like real, the arguments was real, and we like tuned in. This was before all the fakery, the stuff that Porsha and Kenya, the fake relationships, and like back then, that was the glory days. That we liked the
Mm,
conflict. We
I guess for
like
me
them
it was
calling out KKK Kim, calling Sweetie and saying she was
I
Kim's
thought it was
slave.
too
We
much.
like them calling out the like we love that, and I wish it could get back to that. I don't know if it ever could, but I mean that's why we tuned in.
Well, and then I tuned out because it just got too much for me. When Kenya came on, she was pretty refreshing because I thought it was funny. And then over
Mhm,
time, I'm like, oh, hell no, right? But
mhm,
that's all. Listen, we can go round and round. Like you said, we can agree to disagree. I just wanted to say, I welcome Nene actually coming back now because she has grown. And I think Kenya has been on there far too long and really hasn't shown enough growth or any at all. That's
mhm.
where I was going.
Okay, no, I appreciate that.
And Miss New York, whatever your name is, and you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Okay,
You too,
we'll
Big
talk. Yeah,
Belly. You too.
baby,
That
take.
lady got no big belly.
I
Thank you,
know I
Ari.
don't have a belly. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Okay, good
Bye,
night.
guys.
Miss New York,
See,
what?
she tried to posture that hip back to like suck in her belly, but I thought it was protruding. I don't
You
know if
saw
that's
it
a
in the picture.
tumor or she got a poop.
Stop it.
Something's going on.
Chill out. Chill out. Chill out. Chill out.
Okay.
Listen, only thing y'all gotta do if y'all want to see pictures of me and all the housewives and everything, look, they go, look. Oh no, that's the wrong way. My bad. Hold on, where is it? I was just there. Hold on. I was up here googling while y'all was talking. That's all I be doing. I be like, dang, I ain't seen these pictures in a long time. Look, there go me and Shakana. There go me and Marlo. There go me and Bar One. There go me and Dwight. There go me and Farnsworth Bentley. Derek, that's my friend. There go me and Phaedra again right there. There go me and SWV. That's all you gotta do is Google ATLien and straight from the A, and all these random ass pictures come up. Some of them new. That's me last week on my LTK. There go me and Chris Tucker. I live for it. Look, there go me and Big Boy. So yeah, me and Nene. We have a good time. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting that I Googled ATLien straight from the A and all that came up. Anything
I mean,
else?
what can we say? I mean, you're an icon. I mean, it's like
Uh,
you literally, your work ethic, your resume is unmatched, and it's like, it's just amazing when you look back over the years. Like, you really been putting in work. And
mhm.
I don't know if you get enough credit. I don't know if you're visible enough, you know?
fell back. I fell back on purpose. I was, dealing with my mom and stuff. So it is what it is. And when it's time for me to pop
Yeah.
out, I'm gonna pop out. that's how that's how I say, a lot of my friends say the same thing. You don't go here, you don't do that. But at the end of the day, when it's time, I'm here. I ain't going nowhere.
Well, no, what I meant was like your time is like you certainly haven't peaked yet. If you see what I'm saying. Like there's
Yeah.
still like you still are like you have so much history behind you, but there's so
Uh-huh.
much promise ahead of you. If you get what I'm saying.
Thank you.
And
I
I mean,
appreciate that.
yeah, like you just get better and better and better and better. Like you haven't plateaued yet, which is like quite creative. Like you just
Oh, thank
have
you.
something that just keeps powering you. So
Yeah, and I
kudos
like
to
to learn
you.
and I like to evolve and I like to change. You know what I'm saying? Like even, with my use of AI that annoys some people, I live for the AI stuff.
Oh, I
So
live for it too. I was
yes, it's so
gagging the other
fun.
night. When you
Uh,
did
w-
that funky Dineva skit, I was gagging.
Girl, I got another one that's even better.
Gag.
Oh, I got another one that's even better. I want to show it so bad, but I want to like keep it under wraps for now. But hold on, let me see if I can show it. And I gotta send it to myself. This one was good, honey. I created a whole character. I showed it on my Patreon earlier. One of them. I ain't gonna show all of them. Which one I'm gonna show? Oh, this one right. I show this one right here. Let me share it to my screen. So you know how I do street interviews,
Yeah.
asking about Kandi, like I did this one with Kandi. Look.
Cheaper to keep him? Cheaper? Candy counts every
Come on, she keeping that man, at least till the tour ends.
Please, she got money. She'll pay the papers and sleep in peace.
Nah, Candy's brand is a duo. She ain't letting her co-produce.
So that's one of my like street interviews. So I had the
Okay.
bright idea to do a junkie street interview. This is so horrible. Hold on, look at this. Hold on. Share screen. This is the junkie street interview.
Wait, ever got evicted and snatched the appliances on the way out? Nah, but my cousin took the microwave though. He took the microwave?
Whole thing, cord and all.
See, that's family business. You ever?
No, sir, I'm scared of deposits.
Deposit? She said she ain't messing with her credit score. Y'all, man, talk to me. Ever evicted?
Oh my God.
I
I know
live. I
that's
live.
right.
I live. So yeah, we'll start a series, junkie street interviews.
Did they say
It's
something
all
was going on
jokes.
with his prostate?
Huh? Do what now?
Did they say something was going on with his prostate?
I don't know. I thought that was you think he was telling the truth?
Well, they said something was going on with it. Like it had an infection or something. I don't know.
I think I made one about that too, because I'm petty. I
Okay.
don't joke about cancer, but I did do this. Hold on. And this is a parody. This is a parody, okay? This is not a real junkie. This is the fake junkie online. Now look at this right here.
Yeah. The doctor said it's cancer. They talking treatments, bills, everything. I'm scared for real. You can help a brother out. The link down there. I appreciate you. All right. Phew. Cut. Ha! Look at them. They eating it up. 2010.
Oh my God. I don't know what to say about that because
No.
was he telling the truth? Was it a skit? Was he doing it for sympathy? Like, or does he just have an infection?
I don't know. The people say he be lying. That's what the people say. I don't know nothing about that man. Hey
Okay.
Perry, are you back?
Michelle, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
What was going on? What was that all about?
I don't know. We couldn't
I
hear
know.
you.
Into the chat, I was like, if I'm gonna stay on the show this long, I might as well come back.
Did you change your device or something?
I closed out and I came back in. I closed out and I came. I don't know. You know how stream is. It got a mind of its own.
Okay, well, welcome back, Perry.
Hey, I was sitting up here watching the show, and when you got to that Kenya segment, all I can do is just shake my head. A part of me feels bad. I'm not the biggest Kenya fan, but I'm like,
I don't see nobody struggling. I know when it is when you're counting on money, you think you're gonna have a big check coming in, and that just all fall flat, and then all the dominoes just fall. Then I thought about it. I put my knife down, I was eating my steak. I was like, Kenya is well over 40 years old. She knew what she was doing when she did that the revenge porn. I mean, she had to have known better. So I said to myself, I always thought Kenya was just doing what she needed to do to get a check, playing that villain role. But when she took it that far, I'm like, that's got to be her character and who she is. So as much as I felt bad for her, I'm like, no, you had to have known. I mean, what was she thinking? How could she have possibly thought that she could have got away with that? Like it's like,
all
was
of
it
that was too far.
self-sabotage?
And for her to say that she was threatened by a pow pow, and it's like that's your way of responding to being threatened. It didn't add up, not to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like you were waiting on the opportunity to pull these receipts out, and I didn't like that.
So for me,
it's like if you're recording yourself doing the unthinkable, thank you. If you're recording yourself doing the unthinkable,
Michelle, I'm not arguing with no boy who can get his voice that high. That is not a man. Anyway. So for me, what I was gonna say, I feel like her character, that says a lot about who she is. And so now I'm just like, since you got to get out there and get a job like everybody else now, like there's got to be something you can do. I mean, you're still relatively pretty. I just feel like, okay,
she's gonna sell her clothes.
Right. But she invested all that money into that place. I mean, she's got to be in a hole like 6 figures. So I'm thinking like, dang, like she's got to be able to do something to get out there. I know she's just waiting on the glory days might be behind you. You know what I mean? Like she might just have to get out there and do what she needs to do, get a job. It's got to be some kind of commentary that she can do.
But then she used to produce films and all. Like, why isn't she doing any of the things that she used to do? Why is she over there on Tubi with Colorist Claudia? Why is like I don't understand why she's not doing the things that she could be doing.
She's got to be able to do something. I mean, like, I don't think she's completely broke, but I'm just saying, I think Kenya got bills on top of bills. And like I said, nobody stays wealthy that long without no income coming in.
Yeah.
Once your income starts, you just deplete all your savings. And I mean, many people can broke, multi-millionaires go broke that way when you don't have nothing coming in and you steady spending. Like,
I said the same thing about Kandi. They tried to drag me all up and down the street. I was just like, look, like at the end of the day, that was a big income to lose the housewife, and to be dependent on that for years. And then all of a sudden you don't have it anymore. And of course she's still working because she got to supplement that income that she lost. So nobody wants to work that hard if you got it like that. But to me, it's like Kandi is working harder now, because she knows she has to, supplement the other income, and she taking care of all them people. So,
and Kenya don't get Kandi's money. So if Kandi, it's her, then Kenya is. I'm just, I don't know. For me, if she had just showed some remorse, more remorse than what she did, like I can't get past the fact of because Kenya's not a stupid woman.
Yeah.
She's fairly intelligent, so I can't.
She doubled down,
If she would show some sort of
what, Perry?
What's up?
You know what, Perry? It's real interesting because the amount of reverb that you have in your house, one would think that you're in the restroom, but you're in your living room. There's no furniture there. You're talking about somebody else's pocket, and your home is bare bones.
Clear your throat. Get the milk out your throat, sir. Get the milk out your throat and talk to me like the grown man you are.
You want me to be milk out your throat, don't you?
And talk to me like the grown. I'm talking to a Nubian queen, not a boy girl.
Watch it.
Stay in your lane, sir.
Kiss my grip.
Do y'all know each other? Like, what's happening?
I don't know him. I don't know who this man is. He just on one. He on 10. This is 1 o'clock in the morning, almost 12 o'clock in the morning. What are you on? Anyway.
Suck my lollipop.
All right, Michelle. I'm gonna let you have your show back. This ain't my show. It was nice talking to you.
Thank you so much, Perry.
Bye.
Thank you for calling, friend. All right. Well, Miss New York, you done ran everybody away. I'm about to go.
He was so rude and disrespectful.
I think y'all
Like,
did y'all not know? Did y'all know each other or something? Like, what was up with that?
well, so here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
Him and I used to be friends, but then he got on them injectables. So I had to cut him off because I don't do that. I don't really hang around with people who do injectables. Listen, the most I might do is have me a coffee with a little bit of vodka in the morning, daily, maybe hourly if I'm feeling sanctified. But when it comes to them injectables, I had to cut him off. So I did know him from way back when. But then things got belligerent, so I had to make my exit, and I'm okay with that. He's on them injectables. He's on them injectables. He's on them injectables. Check his veins. I guarantee you they're busted. His veins are busted. He did the injectables. Yeah, it's just simple as that. And you know what? Right now, I'm freaking out. I'm breaking out into a sweat because I'm frustrated. Because it's 2026 and he's still on them injectables.
You know what, Michelle?
Huh?
She sound like that girl who used to be on I Love New York. What is her name? She lost all that weight.
Yeah,
She gained it and
that's who
lost
it's
it. She
supposed to be.
real.
That's the fake one.
Oh, her voice sound good though. I ain't even gonna hate on her. She
Yeah,
sounds just like
yeah.
that damn
This
girl.
fake New York been calling in for years. How
Oh
long has
yeah,
been fake New York? 10 years? Seemed like it was just yesterday.
yeah. She
Mhm.
she she got her down packed. I don't know how the hell she did it, but she did that. She sounds
Yep.
just like that damn girl.
Tiffany Pollard. Yep.
Tiffany Pollard, that's her name.
Yeah, what
She's
do you mean I sounded like a girl? Like, are you, like, can you know what I mean? Like, make it more
girl. When I
clear?
tell you, you got her down to a T, baby. I don't know how the hell you did it. I bet that damn girl like, who are you? You is me. Me is you.
You was me as you.
um,
I was just bored to just hurry up and get to her point.
I done forgot what the hell I was finna say. You sound like Tiffany.
Well, did you
um,
want to chime in on any of the topics that we discussed tonight?
yeah. Okay. So for starters, I just wanted to say that. Oh, my mind went totally blank. Oh, Kenya is getting her karma because she has been trying to push people the whole. All while she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta, she was pushing everybody's buttons. Now her buttons is getting pushed, and I do think she broke. I
Ooh.
think she broke.
Oh no.
Oh yeah,
So
I think she gonna start filing bankruptcy pretty soon. If the producers don't start calling her at the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
mm, we will see, honey. You know
I
we
mean,
gonna we
she's a good
follow we
talent.
following this case to the very end, honey. We're gonna see if
She's
she gonna pay that $40,000 in 30 days and then the balance in another 30 days and we gonna see.
well,
I don't
she's a
think she's
good.
gonna pay it.
I don't think she have it to pay it. I don't think. I think if she had it, she wouldn't be having all of this go on her good name. Think about it. We talking about Kenya.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
don't want to be in bank. I mean, I'm sorry. She
Well,
don't want to
you
be
don't
in.
think maybe I keep trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. You don't think maybe she trying to prove a point? Like
No,
maybe she honestly believes that they owe her this money, or you think she just using that as an excuse to withhold the rent because she ain't got it?
I think the picture is clear. She got fired and she don't have it. I mean, she lost her job. I mean, people are like they're regular like me and you.
Yeah.
She really can't afford to pay that and whatever else she's paying. Um,
Well, I don't think you should say that Michelle is a regular like you. Like, why would you compare yourself to Michelle?
I'm
I mean,
regular. What are you talking about?
to
I mean,
be
but you're
honest,
not though. And I really think that Yaya wants to be relatable. but she's probably on them injectables.
Oh no, I tried the Ozempic, but it didn't work for me. Okay. So I mean, you're right to a certain
Well,
point.
I'm still on that Zepbound, child.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
mean, I just don't like feeling like I'm finna lose my eyesight or something. The feeling of that just
It did
don't.
you like that?
Yeah, it had me like feeling like I'm about to lose my eyesight. Then it had me pooping everywhere, and
Not
I'm
pooping everywhere,
okay.
child. No,
Yeah,
we
I'm
don't need
good on
that.
that one. Them
Mm.
injectables or something else. But I heard Zepbound was real
Yeah,
good
she
though.
talking about that heroin and that, them that other kind of stuff.
Um,
That
mm,
funny
I-
stuff,
okay, now, we ain't in New York, baby. That's where they do all of that. At, okay, it's
Oh,
ACL.
okay.
But no, and I also think that Kenya is I don't think she really has any friends because Kenya's a strong personality. And she really thought that Kandi was gonna be like invite her in her clique like that. But Kandi don't fool with people that can go back and tell on her. So I
Mm.
don't know how far she thought they were gonna go with the friendship thing.
Mhm.
I really don't.
I mean,
I
they still
feel
friends. She just went to New York to see Candy in on Broadway.
those they're okay. I'm trying to say this. They are those type of friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's certain types of friends.
Uh-huh.
She didn't make it. She didn't make the cut. But what I want to know is when is she coming back to Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Who? Candy or Kenya?
Kenya.
Oh, she's not, because that
Never.
lawsuit kinda stopped it. Well, they had planned to bring her back for season 17, and then Britt officially filed that lawsuit against them, naming Kenya, and so now she's on ice. Like, she might be back eventually, but she ain't gonna be back this season.
Yeah, she's coming back. And she's coming back begging. Like at this
Mm.
point, she would clean bathrooms for Real Housewives of Atlanta. She
Not
needs the
cleaning
money.
bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah, she needs the money. She
Oh,
does.
okay.
We all need money though,
Well,
so that's
you're
a good
right, that's what I was
thing.
about to say, we all need the money, child,
Yeah,
and I know she kicking herself in the ass because that's easy money, honey. Once you in over there. She was getting a good little check just to go and eat lunch and, party and stuff with the people and raise hell with the people. So,
but I don't know why Candy don't give her a job. Candy is like a producer.
why you act like Candy got all this money? Candy ain't got all that money. Candy gotta pay for Todd.
Uh,
Candy is not rich. Candy over there working right now. You think if Candy had all the money she had that she would still be working, she would be she don't want to be at home with the kids, maybe. But you don't think
but
she would be like chilling?
but
Like,
see,
I don't even have Candy money and I look, I don't want to work. And so any kind of opportunity that I have to not work, I won't. You know what I'm
but
saying?
see,
Most people don't want to work.
yeah, that's true. But Candy always said her dream was to be on Broadway and stuff. She's been saying it for years. And so I don't think that it's work for her because when she was on Real Housewives of Atlanta,
That's
that's
work
all
for
she
her,
used to
child.
talk
Candy
about.
don't wanna do that shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't think Candy wanna do that, but, it is what it is. She doing what she
Yeah.
have to do for now because, she yeah, but I'm gonna keep that to myself. But yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, then she got the divorce and stuff. I mean, oh, the legal fees and I mean the
And she might
mortgages.
end up having to pay his legal fees too. We don't know what's
Oh
gonna
my
happen. Candy
God.
is working cause not working cause she has to. Then she closed all them restaurants, child. It's
Oh, I heard that. Well, not really
mhm.
heard it. I seen it because my mom, she stayed right there at the corner of Cascade and Fairman,
I
right
went
where
past OLG yesterday, child, on live with
it's
my Patreon.
closed.
Yes, it's closed. They done damn painted over Mama Joyce and Aunt Nora and Aunt Bertha face and everything. It's not even no signage up no more.
You know what? I hate they got together like that. I really hate Kenya and Candy. They really shut the door on they when they got together and like clicked up, like got together. That really that was the end of them, like the personality thingy for the show. It's just something wasn't really right about that. Nothing has been the same ever since.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You mean
they
when
just
they formed that alliance against Nene?
yes.
Uh-huh.
Because it was kind of like I thought it was kind of like a color like alliance or something. Like I don't know. It was just kind of
And then,
weird. It was
Kandi was
weird.
going around saying, there is no racism at Bravo. And Kenya was
Hmm.
calling Nene a buffoon and all this. So I believe that they were probably in cahoots with the executives to create a united front against Nene, because nobody stood up with Nene and said what she's saying was true, even though they knew that what she was saying was true.
Yeah, it was kind of like they thought they was kind of like bigger than the program, or maybe they thought they like meant a lot to the show itself. Well, the
Mhm.
viewers wasn't thinking that. Like I know I wasn't.
Mm.
Um, I don't miss Kenya being on the show. I mean, she was negative on the show, and then I really didn't see any positive stuff about her. Like when I love rewatching that episode, when Kenya was saying, when Nene was saying, bye Kenya, bye Kenya, we always gotta get you together. I mean, she was always like the flunky for the producers, like
Uh-huh,
go
uh-huh.
at her.
And
You gotta go
always
at
running
her.
up behind Nene and all of that stuff, and
Yeah.
same
I
thing
love
Colorist Claudia did on that one season she was on there, just running up behind and trying to start stuff, child, nobody
and
want
it
no
was another one that I seen, and the I love to watch this clip over and over with Kenya. She was coming at Nene, and Nene said, I'm no different than you are, bitch. And then I love it. I love it.
What? I don't
Yes, because Kenya was trying to tell her something about. She said, "Oh, you ain't finna come for me and my husband." She loved Greg. When I tell you she loved Greg, you ain't
Uh-huh,
finna
she
come for
did.
me and my husband. You ain't finna come for me and my husband. You ain't finna come for me. But
Okay.
that's what you not gonna do. Because
This
Kenya,
ain't Phaedra.
this ain't Phaedra, bitch.
Okay.
So I
But
just went and put my grilled cheese on the griddle and warmed up my tomato soup, and I came back, and this lady is still on a yapathon. What is really going on here tonight?
I mean, isn't that what we're here for, to talk?
girl, get your panties out of tushy. Don't get your panties in the swishy, honey.
Uh,
But seriously, Kenya has always pushed people buttons. She did Porsha like that. She pushed people buttons. And that was the last damn button she pushed when she brought them naked pictures out there. She didn't push
mhm.
no more buttons after that.
It was a wrap. It
Now,
was
when
a
she
wrap.
come
Well,
back, we gonna see.
honestly, I really don't think that was a low blow. I really feel like if you're doing things like that on camera, it was 2025, 2024 when that happened. I mean, you have to expect that there's a possibility that something like that could be leaked. You know, this
I
woman's acting like
disagree. I
she's
mean,
classy.
but she made up the pictures. They weren't even of Brit Edie, and that was the problem. Like she was doing something just to be messy and petty, and pulling out these naked pictures, knowing that Brit wasn't there to confirm or deny that it was her, and everybody was walking around believing it was. It was messy. But anyway, we ain't gonna go there. But I'm about to
But
go. Thank
you
you,
know why it
Yaya,
was
for calling
weird?
in, friend.
Michelle, you know why it was weird though?
Thank you for calling
Because
in, Gaga. That was your
Let her
cue to make
finish.
your
Go ahead.
exit.
Go ahead.
the
Go
reason why
ahead,
it was
Yaya.
weird was because I know she talked it over with Candy before she did all of that.
You think
I know
so?
she talked it over with them and nobody said nothing.
I don't know that she did. I don't know.
She did.
I don't know.
She really did. But you know what, Miss Fake, big on fake, big, real big on fake. Miss
Uh,
Fake New York girl, it's been a pleasure, girl. I ain't got nothing bad to say about
Make your exit. Thank you.
you. Oh wow. All right, Michelle. Good night.
Thank you, Yaya. Thanks for calling, friend.
Okay.
Bye. Said,
Hey Michelle, how are you?
hi, how are you? You are the last caller, friend. What you got to say, honey?
Good. I appreciate that because I want to set this up real quick.
Oh, Lord. I'm scared.
So I
Okay, I'm
want
waiting.
to start with 50 Cent
Okay.
and his perspective on like how basically these celebrities are talking too much about like their political opinion.
Uh-huh. Did the sound go out? Miss New York, can you hear me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, 'cause I thought it was me. Okay, said your sound went out, friend. We can't hear you. I was getting
That's what
ready to
happened to me
drive to sleep.
earlier. Like I was like, I couldn't hear anything.
I
So
don't
I
know
had
what
to like
happened.
log off and then log back on.
Said, hang up and call right back. Said, I'm gonna kick you. Click back in. I don't know if it's StreamYard or what. They really been tripping on these phone calls lately. Are these? No, he wasn't muted. The sound just went out. Somebody said, please cut fake New York out. Well, she's a guest in my home. uh,
Absolutely. And why is that woman even saying that? Like, I
I
didn't
don't
even do anything
know.
to her.
You didn't do anything. You just being yourself. That's okay. I am trying to
Exactly.
go. I was gonna give him a few more minutes, child.
That
See if he
woman who
don't
told
call
you to
back.
cut me out, she's
Uh,
bizarre.
oh no. Oh no. What happened to my? Can y'all hear that? I can't hear nothing.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. I
Okay.
was trying. I was trying to play some stuff behind the scenes, honey. And I didn't want to have the thing up. So I was trying to just play the audio like this.
Does that make it wrong? Because I don't want a ding-a-ling, or I don't want a dildo, or I don't want to be vibrating. I don't like the dildo thing. I don't want a dildo up my ass today. And I'm not putting a dildo up my vajayjay. I don't want a dildo. Is that
Hey, said, how you doing? Welcome back.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what happened, so I don't. So
Oh,
I just
I
did
did it.
something a bit different. You
you didn't
did.
do it. I got you.
So I think
So,
that so both of them, neither of them have allies. So
uh,
that's really not a good thing as far as like how things can potentially play out. Both of them are insecure in their place in the world. And that really is targeted toward
wait,
Nicki
wait, go back.
Minaj.
Who are we talking about right now? We talking about 50 Cent.
Well, we're talking about like the celebrities that he was commentating on about
Oh, Nicki
their
Minaj and Kanye.
political, yeah, their political views and the mistake that they make. And I
Uh-huh.
think they make these mistakes because of their insecurity.
Oh, okay.
And
Okay.
so I think that he was kind of accurate there, but
Mhm.
I think that Nicki Minaj probably has a whole lot more um to be concerned with as far as like her behavior and um her public attacks on people.
Mhm.
I'm seeing conservatorship teas for Nicki Minaj. I'm
Mm.
seeing Wendy William teas. And I'm not, you don't want to put that on anybody,
Right.
but I can see her putting herself in that position. There's already like allegations and talk of like drug abuse and like mental health. And she is basically almost like harassing public figures at this point.
Oh, wow.
The way that she was just that Jay-Z had to just literally ignore her with the sound wall, and the
Mhm.
way she just kind of scratched at his back in front of everybody for so long, and the way she lashed out at Don Lemon. It's
Mhm.
just people pay attention to these things. People see these
Right.
things. And when you go into other places, other spaces that you're not really qualified to be in, like politics, you don't really recognize the type of trouble you could be stirring in that pot for yourself. Because Don Lemon has a lot of connections. Um,
Yeah, but you don't think at this point, somebody might be behind Nicki Minaj doing what she's doing? You know what I'm saying? Like when she sat with the Christian nationalists and did all of that. Like my thing is, who's really behind this? Or you know what I mean?
I think we
Like,
know who. I don't
well,
think I think we know who, and I think that
because they all want a token someone who has a huge black following. Like she would be an asset to them. So I just feel like
well,
it's
think about
I
that
don't.
though. Since she did that, she's lost like somewhere between 5 and 6 million followers,
Mhm.
which is likely the reason why they brought her on their platform to begin with.
Mhm.
So, now that you're losing influence and they thought that you were an influencer, you know?
I mean, but you can look at it from this way. Like maybe her fans are being exchanged. Like she's lost her dedicated fans and she's gaining new fans. You know, some of her fans, the MAGAs, they're not necessarily on Instagram and TikTok. You know, so you can't
Mhm.
really
And
go
then
off that
they'll be
metric.
and
Well,
then
see,
they'll be
it's
streaming all her music and
well, I
all of
don't
that.
think so. I don't think so. I don't think that an artist gains a musical artist gains fans on a political platform. It's
But
just
is
like
she a
social
musical
media.
artist? She ain't when's the last time she dropped some music?
Well,
Well,
You
so
see
it
what I
was
mean? Like, I
what
she
feel
does
like
just
have
the
she's
an
being
album
used
that's about to release this year,
well,
she's
I
and
mean,
being
well,
used as a mouthpiece at this point, you know?
Nicki
I
is
don't
in
know.
financial trouble. You know, they say that yes, her tour did well, but she didn't even break even. You know, she left with more debt. The Pink
What
Friday
about that
tour,
judgment?
absolutely, she can't
The
pay it. She doesn't have.
503,000 default judgment that she has that she's supposed to be they put a lien on her mansion, on her $20 million mansion,
it's just
and the man
Exactly.
is
She just
trying
doesn't have the
to
income coming in.
compel they're trying to compel her to sell it so that he can get his money.
I'll tell
Michelle,
you,
you
I
know what I
believe
really
that.
think it was? I really think that it was her husband. Like, I know, like, even before the downfall of Nikki over this past year or so, I never
Uh-huh.
understood why she got with that man. You know, even just from the pure optics, like, we don't really know if he's actually guilty of what he's been convicted for, because, you know, conviction doesn't automatically mean that you did it. There are people who are wrongfully convicted. So,
Mhm.
but just from an optic standpoint, I mean, this woman is an international superstar, and you are the wife of someone who is accused of doing something so egregious, so heinous. So it was it was that right there was her decline when she got married to this man, got
And
impregnated, and I just never looked at her the same. But I said, you know, this is the queen of rap. I'm gonna give
I
her the
think
benefit of doubt, but now things are a lot different. I think she's lost
Mhm.
it.
Okay.
I think that there could be an element of like someone putting a battery pack in her back. But also, more than anything, I think this is selectively intentional by Onika Mirage. I think that she's bitter and she's hurt. And I think she is hurt by the community of people that she lashes out at. Because while she was on that stage with Erica Kurt, everyone else on that platform talked about policy. Nicki Minaj spent her time speaking about people. And
Mhm.
she didn't just spend her time speaking about people. She spent her time speaking about a specific
Group.
group of people. And
Uh-huh.
so that was what was significant about how Nicki Minaj chose to take center stage at Turning Point USA. How she chose to spend her time. The words that as a presenter, as a speaker, you understand that your words is what is valuable because you're taking these people's time. And so this is the value she had to share during her time on stage. People should pay
But
attention
said,
to
what I
that.
think you're doing is you're just really speaking in highlights. You're not really saying anything of importance. Like, what can you say that she actually said instead of like it's kind of like you're just reading headlines. Like, can you
I
give a
didn't watch it.
specific
Well,
example?
I think to be honest with you, the misogynoir that she flirted with,
The
suggesting
who?
that the misogynoir that she flirted with, suggesting that
What is
African
that? A
women,
type of wine? What are you talking about?
it's in
Come
the
on, Miss New
dictionary,
York.
but it's the fact that she took her time as a black woman to sit up there and say that black women are mean and that they should be nicer to white women. That's
But
what
she
I
don't
mean.
consider herself black though. That's the problem.
Well, that is
To me, it's
culturally
like is she's separating herself from black women by calling out black women. She's doing kind of the same thing that colorist Claudia does. You know what I mean? Like I,
right,
I
right.
want you to support me, but I'm not one of you, kind of thing. You know?
And it's dog whistling, and I think that that's what I mean by I think she's lashing out and hurt. like at a particular community of people. She significantly spent her time basically betraying her fan base and betraying the image that she sold to Black women, and pretended to celebrate herself. And so she betrayed that. And so internally, I think and we can see it. I think that's what we're looking at. Um, I don't know who the guest speaker's name, but if you want a full circle perspective, I think that's why her behavior has been erratic over the past couple of years. I will tell you, I do think that Jay-Z and Rock Nation did something to Nicki Minaj. I do think that she is lashing out like someone who has been messed with. It's almost like
But
somebody.
lashing out, is that solving the problem?
It's
Like, how
not.
is that?
It's not. But that's what
Well, no, it's
happens when you
definitely
have
not. But
it.
she has
That's
no
what
support. I
happens.
mean,
Right when
look
you
who
have
she's
no
married to.
allies. That's what happens when you have no allies. That is the issue. And that was Kenya Moore's issue. And, Kenya Moore, when it all came down to it, even the cast turned their back on her. So, I think that's what made it look like a colorist issue, but because it did seem like, wow, dang, they just gonna walk away from old girl like that,
Well,
and
it's
it's
a
just
sad situation, and I think people are not a lot less forgiving when it comes to people who are in the limelight. Like, to bring it back to Nicki, I mean, she's carrying so much weight on her shoulder as being an icon. Like, no one knows how hard it is to be a celebrity, and she has pretty much no support in her personal life, I would imagine.
well, whose
Yes,
fault
you're
is
well
that?
known, but you're also isolated when you have that much fame. It turns on you.
I
You
think
know,
that
and I just
I,
think we should pray for
I
that,
don't
Rod.
know. I don't think
Hold
that
on, New York. Hold on. Go ahead, say it.
I don't think that Nicki Minaj has the fame that a lot of other celebrities do for to give like her mental breakdown to that. I think that Nicki
What are
Minaj
you talking about?
as a
Nikki
rapper,
was a celebrity. Nikki was an icon before social media. Like, everyone now can just get on their IG and their TikTok and become a celebrity. She got it out the mud. So you're not gonna say that she's not like Nicki Minaj. I mean, she's Nikki. Come on.
well, and then
Nikki is a
too,
celebrity, but let's hear what he has to say, New York. Hold on, let him talk.
and,
Go
and
ahead.
we've watched Nicki Minaj like deal with like other like situations in her career, and she didn't respond like this. I definitely think that Nicki Minaj is responding from a place of hurt. I think that it's something deep between her, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, and Desiree Perez. I think that Nicki Minaj has no allies, and I think that this is pretty much what it looks like when you have no allies, because now you have no one to protect you either. It's a lot of celebrities that crash out and say things, and they have a machine to protect them. And that's how
Yeah.
you kind of know when celebrities are losing their support from their machine, because you will find them all over the news and their mistakes like front and center. And then you kind of realize that, oh, their whole support system is kind of breaking down there. But that's just all I wanted to say. I think that she kind of showed us a lot about who she is with that Turning Point USA situation. But to
I
be
agree.
honest with you, she takes the approach like whenever she talks about African American women, Nicki Minaj is very masculine.
Mm.
She has a very masculine mentality towards Black women, and so it does seem like she has some more
Oh no, the mic's
softness.
messing up again.
But that just
Say
means
something, said.
sometimes you don't like to talk too much. Thank you so much, Michelle.
Thank you, said. I don't know what's thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everything he said. Like, I mean, I love all perspectives. Like, I don't pay attention to Nicki Minaj enough to like really care. I look at the headlines and I read. I didn't watch the interview with her and Erica Kirk. I didn't really care enough to watch it. I know that Nicki has been crashing out for quite some time now. What it's been like 2 years. Like, she's always online. She's always making headlines about arguing and battling with someone online. And while a lot of people think that her disagreement with Rock Nation has some validity, I don't know. I don't take a side either way when it comes to that. Somebody said, look at Diddy. Child, look at Diddy. You got anything else to say, New York, before I call it a night?
Not particularly. I would just end by saying, let's, it's great to say the wrong thing, but people like Nicki, for example, let's lift her up in prayer. You know, it's something that is going on. It's very, you know, um, it's very evident that she's dealing with something. You know, she just doesn't have the joy on her face that she used to. You know, and it's not it's a really sad thing because I think a lot. I do agree with the young woman who was just on here. Um, said was that her name? Said, yeah, I do think that Nicki is she's not the same.
All right.
So let's
Well,
just
as
lift
always,
our
Miss New York, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you so very much for all of your support over the years, friend. And thank you for
yes.
always, entertaining us.
Absolutely. I love you so much, Michelle. God bless you.
Oh,
You know,
love you
may this
too.
year be, you know, just take you higher and higher from grace to grace, favor on
Thank
top
you.
of favor. You know, in Jesus' name, I love you.
Amen. Thank you, Miss Fake New York, and I wish the same to you, friend. Whatever you desire, I hope you get it, friend.
Period.
Period. Well, I appreciate everyone who chimed in tonight. It's been a long. I love these 3-hour lives. Child. I got to do some more of these. I've been on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. We talked about a lot of things. If you're just getting here, you may have missed it because I know I saw some people in there asking me about Kenya Moore's lawsuit. I talked about that. That was one of the first things I talked about. So rewind to the beginning. I also talked about Porsha Williams and her mortgage drama or lack thereof, the fake news that was spread by the Ricky Smiley morning show, and how Ricky Smiley, I called them out about it over there on Instagram, and they deleted it, honey. They deleted it from everywhere. So shout out to Ricky Smiley for paying attention to the fake news, honey. And also, what else I talked about? Oh, 50 Cent versus Nicki Minaj and Kanye. I talked about that a little bit. And this weekend it's supposed to snow, y'all. It's supposed to snow in the Atlanta, and y'all need to keep warm, order your groceries, make sure you got, some alternate sources of heat just in case the lights go out, honey. Get your flashlights, your candles, your firewood and all of that. And yeah, so if I'm stuck in the house and if I got a Wi-Fi connection, I will definitely be live, honey. We're gonna take it back to the COVID days and let me just come on and just chit chat, okay?
You're calling in on a show that I'm on. Go to sleep. It's late in Atlanta. Good night. You're calling in on a show that I'm on. Go to sleep. It's late in Atlanta. Good night.
Good night, honey. Go to sleep. It is late in Atlanta. Shout out to my mods. I appreciate each and every one of you. Shout out to my Patreon. Y'all got enough content. I'm not going there tonight. I'll probably be there tomorrow. Okay. And since it's gonna snow, I'll schedule a game night and you can hold me to it. All right. Love you guys. Good night, squad.